Yeah, it goes back about 15 seconds when you click
Okay.
live.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
really, really bad, to be honest. Because it caught us out the other week. They did talk about stuff we shouldn't have been. It goes me and Sam. You all right, Sam?
All right, boys.
I haven't got my camera on myself.
It's on the bench, close enough.
Got Alan distracted me talking about bloody slashes.
Oh,
Slashes in his colon or
and
something.
his colon, yeah.
Colon, yeah. Very strange. Oh, hang on. I'm playing back now. See, you've distracted me even more now.
Can't get the staff these days.
Can you? Can't get anyone to do a flyer properly.
How are you, Sam?
all right, mate. Yourself?
And the chat's working. You'll be pleased to know.
Okay.
I know, I can see it. Thank God for that.
Fine, thank you.
Bloody Simon Shaw is in the chat again.
Oh,
Bloody chat.
why is it in the backside?
Yeah, you can't get rid of him.
I know. There's a bad smell. Just keeps hanging about you.
Nice.
I love
No,
it.
it's a rare sight today. It's a very rare sight.
Boy.
Because you got me live on camera with not just a t-shirt on.
How could you do that?
I just realised I got all cracked down the front of it. I think I spilled paint last time I was in here.
I don't know how you could do that.
I got stains on the front, look. I must have spilled paint.
Well,
it is Baltic out there today.
Isn't it?
It's freezing, mate. It's like 1 degree outside, but apparently the wind chill is like -3 or 4 or something.
Well,
It's a bit cold.
my ain't going over the front door. So I can do it at once.
It's a bit chilly, is it?
It's lovely and warm in here.
There you go. Right, I'm gonna let's just arrange everything here so I can see our chat.
All I need is somebody to come and peel a grape for me.
Peel a grape. I could send the crankies that could crush a grape.
oh
No, that wasn't the crankies. Who said they could crush a grape?
Steve Francis.
Wasn't it?
Who?
It was Crackerjack then.
Yeah.
Go
Wasn't
back a
Steve
minute.
Francis said that? No.
So
Didn't
it
it?
was one.
No.
I think it might have been. Ooh, I could crush a grape.
I could crush a grape. Show my age there, aren't I? So we've got Simon with us. We've got Mr. Alan Parker. Mr. Alan McNeish. We've got Sam. I think we've got Where's Wally there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Mike. We've got a hat on today because I was taking the mickey out of him last time.
Well, you
Sam's
did say my bald head was distracted to the lights or something.
We're also joined by Sam Frog, who's sponsoring today's live show.
Where's Wally?
Ribbit.
Can you hear it? It's so
I
loud.
can't hear.
Yeah.
Just everyone be quiet a minute.
I can't hear.
Oh, ow.
Oh, what the hell that is, Sam? It's hilarious.
I don't know. The new headphones are useless, so I bend them.
I like it. It's funny. Chat Brian's in there. Brian, Steve's there. Al's in there. Simon, Alan. God, they're all bloody there, aren't they? Warden B's there. Sean White. Joe Edwards is there. Saying good morning, all. So what do you all reckon then? That bike kit I put up yesterday, so should I sell it to Alan?
Sell
Or should I sell it to somebody who'll do a decent job with it?
Oh,
Oh, ouch.
oh, that
Simon?
was a kick in the floor.
Simon,
Yeah.
do you know anyone that might make a decent job of it?
No. Al will do a good job. You know he will.
I know.
He did a good job of that one he posted
He
yesterday.
did. He polished a turd.
Yeah, he did a cracking job. So,
You'd be a good modeler, wouldn't
It's
you,
a real
Joe?
shame. That kit I sold to Alan, the one that the decals went tits up on for the second time.
being a good scouser, Paul, I'm sure as you're going to give it him on tick, there's going to be an interest rate accruing over the next month. So
I'm not going to lie, Simon.
the
He
price
knows where to live. He
Eh?
knows where to live. I'm surprised he hasn't broken in yet.
He's working on that. He asked me, do I know a good lock picker? I said there's one in Glasgow.
I don't think he's that good, though, Sam.
If anyone can get in here,
Well.
if anyone can get in here, you're welcome to. You would have to make a hell of a lot of noise to get in this place. That is for sure.
Fair enough.
I think you'd need like a still saw to get in here.
Probably would that door.
At 4 a.m. in the morning, you ain't firing arrow quietly, are you?
No.
So
If I
yeah,
far down the road, you've got to push it to start it.
yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what to do. I kind of want to keep it because I don't want to sell it and regret it. But then, like I said in the post, if I was to think tomorrow I'm going to build a bike kit, it wouldn't be that. I don't think it'd be that. I think I'd go and pick up like a current in production Tamiya kit. So then that's a kind of wasted, isn't it? Because I haven't held on to build it, and I'll probably end up holding on to it even longer.
Yeah.
I've got my eye on several other kits.
But thing is though, if you just say you go buy a ZXRR that's in production and you build it in a 6 months time, a year's time, and you go, jeepers, I really like these bikes. I'm going to build a few more bikes. And next thing you're there, oh, why did I sell that bike?
Yeah.
So,
now the other side is, I kept that bike because it's one of my favorites. I've already built 3 of them.
oh, you have built one of those before?
Built 3 of them. 3.
Oh,
There you go.
I built.
Same livery or
I built an 03 and 2 06s. The same kit, exact same kit, just different livery. That's all it is. It's just a different. So
I'd sell it.
that's the other thing. So if I was going to think down the line, I want to build bikes. There's still loads of in production bikes out there. I'd love to build. Hasegawa does loads. Tamiya does plenty. It's just these rare ones, but I've already built the rare ones that I really like. They're on my display case.
Right.
But I've built them in the order I've wanted to build them.
I think you've answered your own question then, mate.
That's the thing. But
I didn't know you had one built, Paul. Sorry, now I thought you hadn't one of those.
yeah,
built.
I've done 206s, the Kanika Minolta and the LCR Honda a video built, and I did the Repsol Honda. And they're basically, even though they're 06s, it's the same bike. Just a few differences on them.
remember the Kanika Minolta one?
Yes, that was a long
that's
time ago. That's a rare
all-
kit now.
That's a lovely scheme.
It is. It's very, very nice. Mark says he's on his way. Good luck, Mark. Hannah's there, say morning, just passing through to give a thumbs up.
Hello.
Oh, Hannah.
Yes,
Morning.
we have lots of pigments to post off to Lee. If I remember right, on last count, it's about 1,500 pots.
Ooh.
Aye, well, there's a few of them with my name on
Oh, about 1,000. Hannah, put sand down for 1,000 of them.
it.
James, you can get that pony. Yeah, so that's the dilemma I've got today. I've seen a couple of kits I want, and then even that then brings along another dilemma. I don't want to say the kit because you lot probably go, well, not you lot, but someone will end up going to bloody buy it. But these guys know are out there. Those ones we seen the other day, you linked me, Simon.
Yeah.
And I said,
I've
there's
seen
the other
that.
one, the other one.
Yeah.
I kind of got my eye on that. But I've already got one of them as a road car in that scale. So as I said to Al yesterday, would I build 2? And I don't think I would. So I think I'm best keeping a road car of that. So the other one I spotted was a 288, which I've had my eye on for a while. But I bought one of those in that lot we and you got with Al.
Yeah.
And it'd be basically the same kit, just smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 16 scale one will always be better.
Oh, yeah, but I'd have to move that one on then, which wouldn't be a drama. So I don't know what to do.
Well, if it's a question of cash flow, sell a watch.
Yep.
I don't want to replace Al today.
But
No,
it
we're,
was-
not, we're definitely not
Poor
doing.
Tom.
Hannah says, James, huh? What pony? Is that what James said?
There's more chance of Paul selling a kidney.
No, it's all right. Well, it's funny enough. I do have one I might move on that I bought recently. I'm not very. I like it, but it's a bit small for me, so I might move that on. Just wondering if there is a step. Yes, mate. There's several steps in and out of my house. Right, let's read.
I would get rid of it, buddy, to be honest. If
Yeah, I know.
if it's in your mind, to get rid of it or not, it's obviously there for a reason. It's planned in
Yeah,
I would move it on.
I'll have a thing this morning. Steve says apparently due to the amount of people accessing YouTube on Friday night, certain areas YouTube crashed completely. Stayed on all right for us, didn't it? Luckily.
Yeah.
I know we had the chat issue. We had that a few days before, so I don't think it was that. Yeah, I bet YouTube's getting quite a lot more views now, isn't it?
yeah, I noticed a huge pause in the chat on occasions.
Yeah.
Especially when the numbers started. So about half a dozen numbers were in for me, and then it just froze.
Yeah. Yeah, it took a while for them to come through, didn't it? Yeah, that's right. Andy
Yeah.
Parnell says morning all. Joe says sell it Alan. Jan says morning all, hope all are well. And there's saying hello. Pombill saying evening gents, hope you're all well. Not bad, mate. Mark says morning all. Harry says good morning, everyone as well this frosty, sunny Sunday morning. We've not really got any frost. We've not really got any sun either. It's
Oh
just
yeah, hard frost.
freezing. It's just absolutely freezing out there.
Lovely and sunny.
Jono's there, Scale Model Medic. Hello, Jono.
Hello, John.
Adam's there as well. Yeah, it's good to see you, Esty, mate. Oh, Harry said it's not a pony, it's a camel. Oh, either way, he's got the hump. And Mark says one too many. Oh, I'll give you a hand in.
Plus, if you sell the owl, you don't have the hassle of having to wrap it up and post it.
There is that.
You'd be around about 15.
The only thing is, it'd be in the shade of Scouse who wants to do a cash deal.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got a cash checker or a pen.
As I said, Joe, I say it's not a done thing. It doesn't have to be cash, but it'd be easier if it's cash.
I'm true. Sunshine and blue skies in Edinburgh. Alan Vexer, same morning, Paul and the team. Hello. Hello. We're going to save you from further horrors. I'm going to put my camera down to the bench.
Just confirm something, guys, quickly. I'm going to drop the anything German goes completely.
Well, because it's really aggressive.
Yeah.
Any German subject welcome. I reckon would be good. Do you think?
If that's what you want, that's what thou shall have.
Put 3 exclamation marks on it. See if we can trigger some. See if we can trigger somebody. Far too aggressive. Right.
Just like we.
Sunday morning, and I need to mount something.
Steady on.
What?
Exactly what I said. Ribbit.
What did you say you wanted again? Sorry, Paul? Anything German? Welcome.
Yeah, I think that's probably all right, isn't it?
Bit more welcoming. I think it's fine.
That's saying that anybody who's British can't participate then, is it?
Yeah. Sam's all right. He's not even going to rise to it. But yeah.
I'm used to
German
it.
subject. Well,
Mark says, do you have a cart I can use? I can 5-man lift you. Twister Hobby says, morning gents from snowy Indiana. Received 8 inches plus overnight.
Wow.
Wow. Alan's probably got a video on something like that.
Yeah, he probably has.
That's absolutely disgusting.
oh,
How many inches did you get this morning, Simon?
How many what?
Inches.
None.
Oh.
Is the beard coming off today, Si?
Today or tomorrow, yeah. It will definitely be coming off though.
Oh, we're going to miss it.
Go for that.
Thank you, Sam.
It is strange how it started out grey and now it's ginger.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a bit weird. I've had enough now though.
Bird. Why?
Yeah.
not.
But as Paul likes it so much, I might actually keep it.
Yeah.
Gary's there saying morning. Jerry's there saying good morning. Josh Risdom Design says, what's up, everyone?
Oh.
Brian says, Twister hobbies, best not mention your sexual activity on here.
You
Hey.
should have about sex.
He did. He said he had 8 inches overnight.
No.
Well, we're heating up now. 18 degrees now. Whew, it's getting there.
3 degrees behind you.
Amazing what a little bit of body heat does to a room, isn't it?
Mm.
So I'm currently mounting engine parts for the Lancer for spraying. And then I think
Decent
when I'm
engine.
alive, I'll sit and clean up all the chassis parts. I'm going to go prime it all, paint it. There we go.
You see your McLaren, the big one, is an MP44?
MP4 6.
46.
Yep.
Talking of MP46s, I was perusing Facebook this morning. There's still one on there, whole MP46 with all the, well, most of the top studio detail cuts, and they're asking £1,000.
Holy Jesus.
How much?
£1,000.
And the kit's been started because a lot of the stuff's been taken out of the packets and put into individual boxes. And
You sure someone hasn't nicked mine? That sounds like my kit.
yeah,
They were half that new. So it's not worth that secondhand. Even if it's our production or whatever. You could probably add another £100 on, maybe £600 if you're really pushing it. I think that's asking too much. No one's going to buy that.
Right, isn't it?
Problem is, that's the kind of kit sneakily that Tammy would re-release.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they'd have any issues re-releasing that one, would they?
No.
So yeah, that's where the arsehole fall out of somebody's world when they're trying to hold on to stuff for money.
Mm-hmm.
To build them now, I don't see the point of doing that personally.
I've not bought a single kit ever for an investment.
No.
I don't think I've ever bought it thinking I'll keep that and sell it on in a few years and make some money.
Because I mean, from when I've known you, you've always said you buy a kit to build it.
Yeah, I might not get round to building it, and you know me, if I do that, I end up selling it because it annoys me keeping them. Now, exactly what I'm doing with the bike. I'm not selling the bike to make money.
No,
and I don't even know what I paid for that bike. I could be losing money on it before I paid. I can't remember, but I'll sell them for what they're worth. And that's the other thing, and another dodgy subject to talk about.
Just sent you, Simon, and yourself, Paul, an image just to check for me, please, in your private messengers.
Yeah, it's good, mate. You know what you should do? You should really confuse them, put a question mark at the end of welcome. Any German subject, welcome? We don't know. Yeah, that's good, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Looks good, buddy.
The subject I was going to talk about now, which I completely forgotten about.
Kits for profit.
Yeah. But I was going somewhere with that, and it was quite a controversial subject I was going to bring up. I can't think what I was going to say now. I forgot. Hey, Mika's there saying more no minus 10, 50 centimeters of snow. Wow.
Well, keep that.
I wouldn't mind that for a bit. That'd be fun.
Yes,
Jamie Beats saying morning, everyone. Steve Park says good morning, one and all. Hope everyone is safe and well. Not bad, mate.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get part 45 for this up as soon as possible.
Right, I'm going to schedule these for 10:30 today.
All right, mate.
Oh, I think you should schedule them for about 12:30. Otherwise, everyone won't see them because they'll all be on here watching us.
Well, no, because I'm going to need to share them to the ISM page anyway, aren't I? Because I don't think they'll automatically come on the ISM page, will they?
Yeah, shut up, Simon.
I'll pull in his leg.
I know you are. Any messages today at all?
No, been quiet today. What about you? Anything for you?
No, I've been quiet. Oh, I just flung a part across the room. Back in a sec. I've got it. It just pinged away out my fingers. No, I've been quiet this morning. No one's messaged me at all today. So far. That I know of, anyway.
I don't know what to do for the German build, guys. I don't know what to do.
Well, I'm conflicted now. I'm conflicted because I want to do the 8 series, but I can't fully decide on the colour. I want to do it red, but I want to do that maroon colour as well because it looks so pretty in that maroon.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I should just do my Porsche Panamera instead because I've got the purple Porsche Amethyst, the proper colour for it.
Okay.
A beautiful dark purple. Purple.
Purple.
Kid Rachel always wanted me to build it.
It's an immense car. Yeah, I'll find a picture of the colour of the car. It's beautiful.
Well, I was thinking maybe a Mercedes GT3,
Yeah.
but with the good smile scheme.
Oh yeah.
Or I was thinking maybe the Volkswagen Beetle in the Herbie colours, in the Herbie scheme.
With I suppose.
Or maybe that Porsche 935, the
Yeah.
Fujimi kit but I don't know if I want to do the Valiant colours in that, or whether buy a different scheme for it.
There's a few schemes out there, isn't there?
Yeah. Decisions.
Keep the missus happy, be my advice.
What, move out?
But yeah, move out, give her the house, yeah.
Do Herbie.
But then I'll struggle for what we're going to build for the TV build then, because
Okay, you've got that. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That colour there. See that?
It's not shared yet. Oh yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
That's nice.
It'd be a quicker build as well, because I think I'd quite like to enjoy a car without a fully detailed engine. I've done so many recently.
Might start getting good at it as well, Paul.
Hey? I get good at it, yeah. I always like these Panameras. I always thought they were a good looking car.
Rachel's favourite car.
Yeah, they're lovely. I do like that colour.
It's nice.
It is a nice colour. That one, that one there, that pin there, that's it really shows it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a good looking car, good looking colour. So yeah, I don't
It's
know.
almost like a candy colour, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a funny tint to it, doesn't it? So yeah, or stick with the Beamer and pull my head out my arse and pick a colour.
Well, I reckon that beam would look good in red. I really do.
It did look good in red. I will admit, it did look good in red. But I just love that box art.
It's like a metallic red on the box art, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the exact colour I wanted to do it in.
Have you got that colour?
No, but hang on, did I buy it? No, I didn't buy it. No, I went to and didn't get it. I can get it though as a touch-up pen. So it's no drama getting it. Decisions, eh?
Yep. That's why I didn't get to in the chat, Paul.
I can't remember now, mate. Let me have a look.
Behaviour -10.
Got to Brian. Got to go, guys. Need to do the weekly food shop. Have fun, mate.
Okay. Well, Hugo was there. Say -9 in Vanessa overnight.
Cold.
Nice in the morning though. Ouch, that's cold.
Yeah.
And you pan out. Oh, I see you got the Hasegawa Jag that I recently got. Your box looks different to the one I got though.
Yeah, they re-released it. They re-released it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I was looking there. They did a nice road-going version as well of that.
That's right. Yeah.
Which looks nice as well. And your Val is in the chat as well, saying good morning all.
Oh, well.
Hey,
Morning,
mate.
Val. Get them thumbs up out there for us guys as well.
Ooh. Who laughed then? I heard that.
What's it me?
Yeah.
And I want your thumbs up.
Yeah, I want your thumbs up.
Trim your nail.
Yeah, so I've actually got nothing on the bench.
Oh. We had to warn Alan. He was considering starting his group early. We told him off.
Oh yeah, right.
He said, "No one will notice. I won't take any pictures till tomorrow." We were like, "How?" Me and Simon were shocked and appalled.
Terrible. Hello.
Hey, where did you get that draw from, Paul?
This, you big mistake asking that question. I remember last time I gave the story. Long story short, I got the job a lot of modelling stuff. you want the full dimensions? I can go get the scales and weigh it and everything if you want.
Go on.
Hang on.
No, it's a real shame that they.
It's
isn't it?
such a good little drill, really is.
I still think if you could get the workings for it, you could get Lee on the 3D printer.
Yeah. Don't know.
Make a killing on those.
Richie Lambs there. Good news. Back to modelling. Yay!
Oh, nice.
Nearly 4 weeks.
Mm.
Ronald's there, so saying good morning all this cold morning.
It is, isn't it, Ronald? It's Baltic, mate.
No, do you know what? I'm going to do the GT3.
Yeah,
I've decided, yeah.
Good.
they're a good kit then.
What scheme are you going to do?
I'm going to do the good small one because it'll slow me down a little bit. That's if it doesn't end up in the bin, of course.
Nice kit, that mate.
It looks the decal scheme looks pretty challenging.
Hardest bit of that car is filling the seams around those intakes on the back.
Yeah,
That's the hardest bit of it. The rest of it just falls together.
super glue.
Yeah.
Did you try that pen for filler? Sorry.
Oh no, actually, that's a good point. I don't know if that resin one, it is sandable. I'd try it on some scrap first.
Yeah.
That resin stuff is supposed to be really good at sanding. You might be better with that and thinking about it. It's certainly dry quicker because if you put super glue in it, I'd leave it overnight to dry.
Yeah, some of the decals on that are pretty big.
Yeah. Get your solutions on there, you'll be fine.
I might have to buy a bigger decal tray.
Trumpy one, mate, if you can.
Yeah, they're plastic, aren't they, Paul?
Yeah.
Are they okay on top of the formers?
Yeah, as long as you remember to put water in it, yeah.
No, it's not remembering to put water, it's remembering to switch the thing off when you go.
Tim put his on his and melted the hole clean through it, and I melted all the bottom of mine. I turned mine to a vac form. I could nearly push my finger right through. I was like, oh shit.
If it is, just get a bit of cork or a table mat and put it between it.
What?
You know these table mats, you know, the coaster things are made of cork, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put that between the trumpeter tray and the heater. That will stop.
That's fine. I've had mine on there. It's fine.
Mine goes straight on mine, and it's all right.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Ooh. So the first, it says, I'll take you, put them down. Trying to work out the actual scheme. Instead of putting the decals in number order, so you put one down first, number two, number three, number four, which to me would be the logical way of doing it. They've got like 105, 106, the first.
Yeah. Too easy to do it the other way.
Your decals on top of decals, though, haven't you, on there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lots.
Yeah. Good luck.
One of the second famous lines in the film, Taken. Good luck.
Yeah. Oh, did you watch that film, Al?
Yes. Watch the one about the police officer whose wife was.
Yeah. What did you think?
Yes, not a bad film to be fair.
It's all right, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mrs. enjoyed it as well. So.
I watched the one Polar last night, Simon.
Sorry?
Remember you were saying the film Polar
Yeah.
with Matt Lucas and Mads Mikkelsen. I watched it last night.
What did you think?
It was okay, but my God, it was so far-fetched. Like it was.
Isn't that the way he plays the hitman in it? Matt
Yeah,
Lucas
that's
yeah.
brilliant.
Oh,
It's brilliant,
God.
isn't it? Oh, it
I
was
laughed
hilarious.
my socks off at that one. That was
Is
so
it,
funny.
I'll be honest
Is
with
it
you,
supposed to be a
some of it-
comedy?
It's supposed to be a dark comedy, yeah.
Yeah,
It is very good, though.
looks strange with her, doesn't
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally weird.
he?
Did anybody watch that new Marvel thing yet?
No.
On Division.
No.
Yeah,
No,
On
not
the-
yet.
it's like Bewitched. It's proper. Yeah, it's just proper out there. It really is.
Yeah, it looks a bit weird.
Like your beard.
Ouch. Ouch.
I said it out loud. Sorry.
You know you did.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Oh, that one.
I fell.
Have you not seen Polar then, Paul?
Sorry?
Have you not seen Polar yet?
No.
Oh, I would watch it, but not with James around.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
Ah, it's Andy.
Good morning, boys.
Hello, Andy.
Oh, Mr. House.
You okay, mate?
I'm sorry.
You okay?
Yep, doing good.
How's your fine lady doing?
The same, but I think we may have stumbled upon the cause of what's going on
Oh, good.
by
Well,
ourselves.
Good in a way.
Ah,
Is there more positive news?
Yeah, it is.
Excellent.
Uh,
Don't have to get into it on here if you don't want to.
yeah, it's positive. So
Good.
excellent.
we shall see. She's going to have an appointment with the doctor, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, okay, mate. That's good to hear.
Happy days, but
Send her our regards.
We'll do.
Not Sam's though, just ours.
no.
Yeah, that spray booth sorted, Andy. Yeah,
Hey.
all piped.
All piped.
Excellent.
All ready to go. Now all I have to do is get to painting.
Yep.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as a paint booth that has a good volume of extraction but is quiet?
Probably not.
Very nature, you're moving air, aren't you? So it's going to be quite noisy. The more air you move, the noisier it gets.
Yeah. With mine,
Yeah, I know.
with
about
mine
that.
in here, it's fairly loud. Outside, I can hear from 12 foot away
Okay.
through the vent.
Is yours one you've bought, Andy? Or is it one you've made yourself? Is it that I can't?
It's a combination of purchased and made myself. It's a commercial dust extractor.
Okay.
For what, say, woodworking shop. You hook it up to, it's a central vacuum that you hook everything up to. And it pulls an unbelievable amount of air. It's noisy.
Even quiet run cooker hoods are noisy.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll get around it.
Don't think there's any real way, as Alan said, of moving air quietly, really, is there, by the actual nature of what it is?
Yeah. I really had high hopes that the filter material that's over there, that a lot of us are using, I had high hopes that would cut the sound down, but it didn't.
Is it for sound in the house that's bothering you or outside?
Well, okay, so I checked all that out, and it's the loudest in the cave here. It's plumbed to go outside, and I have a vent on the outside of the house that it exits through. And a lot of times when I'm going to be painting, it's going to be at either late at night or early in the morning. Like right now, it's 5:30 in the morning here. I didn't want to be making a racket out, in the neighborhood, annoying people. So it's really not loud where it exits the house. It's just freaking loud here in the cave. The reason why I ask is because it's like, okay, well, with a compressor, this type of compressor is loud versus this type of compressor is quiet versus what the CO2, which you can't hear at all. It's like, well, it doesn't really matter if the vent's making a racket. So
Yeah. That's what always gets me. People always are like, well, how loud's that compressor? You know, they're really loud. You got a bloody huge extractor booth going.
yeah,
I could barely hear my Sparmax over the booth. Barely
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I wouldn't be too concerned. More concerned about the vibration of it between the floor. That'll keep your noise down a lot.
yeah.
And Tamia does little vibration mats, don't they, Sam?
Yeah, you got me one, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just like a hard memory foam cushion to sit your compressor on. Cuts down the
Really
noise and
good.
vibration immensely.
It does.
Well, I guess the important part is just to make sure that you're extracting as much of the, the fumes as you can. So,
Yes. Yeah, you want to get rid of it as much as you can.
yeah, and it's not going to annoy anybody out. The sound of the motor is actually in my garage, or
Yeah.
the motor is in the garage, so it's not going to bother anybody out there or inside the house. So I'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
You get any complaints, Andy, give me a ring.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm pleased. I spent all afternoon, a little bit of the evening out here with the guys in the hangout and
Excellent.
the gals.
Yes.
Where's Captain Chaos?
Claire joins us. Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
Claire was out here.
It was nice to meet Claire. She's a lovely lady.
Yeah, good talker.
Captain Chaos is
Dun, dun.
yeah, he's good. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. What a
Was he's laying in his bed sleeping?
We were
Oh,
talking about that last night, Andy. We were talking about Dom DeLuise.
that if he was amazing. If you haven't seen those movies, Dom DeLuise was he's the best.
Funny. I got to introduce James to Cannonball Run.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a little bit risque in places, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think yeah,
He'll be
Find
absolutely
it funny.
fine with it, Paul. Honestly, it's all a bit tongue in cheek, isn't it? With
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
he'll be fine with that. He'll enjoy that.
Yeah, I think you'd find it funny.
I'll try and watch that this afternoon with him, I think.
Good slapstick.
didn't hurt any of us watching it now, did it?
No.
No.
Plus there's some phenomenal cars in there. Just that Countach at the beginning. Oh. Just a Countach, nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honey, I got a tool that'll fix anything.
Right, going back to the chat. Steve Price should get some 1-3D printer reliant Robin Van and Uncle Albert could build.
I think someone's had a dig at Simon there, are they? Leave him alone.
Who's having that?
Simon, say during the war. During the war?
Ronald saying, finally got my Michelin Escort from Japan. Customs had me though. The VAT was €2, handling €18, and that's the issue. Isn't it? It's not so much the VAT amount; it's all the handling charges people are adding to them. They're just robbing people, I think.
But
Yeah.
on the flip side,
Yeah.
the postal service is a business.
Yeah.
And is it necessarily their fault that you decide to buy from outside the country?
No, but you say that the postal service is a business, Paul, but you've paid for the privilege of them to handle it and move it from A to B.
Yeah. Well, you've not actually. You paid for the foreign company.
Yeah.
Courier.
But in turn, each of these companies have agreements with each other to want to.
But if customs are holding it, then the parcel delivery, whatever your post office, they must get charged by customs for handling it as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, the full. It's annoying. I'm not disputing it. God, it's annoying to get charged.
Yeah, but €80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I always say keep your business into your own country.
Yeah.
That's partly. I think it is partly there to punish you as well, isn't it? To keep your economy in your own country, because I often think, I'd love to get that 20 quid. Oh, it's not worth getting. I'll just wait and get it from the UK.
But the problem is then if you cannot get it in your country, nobody in your country sells it.
And then you've just got to bite the bullet, buy it, and if you get hit, you get hit.
Yeah.
I've been hit many a time, and it is annoying. I'm not even taking away that it's not annoying, because it bloody is. But it's a risk you take, and you know the risk, don't you?
Yeah.
When you you come to do it. It's annoying though. But you got to remember nowadays, everything's a business.
Yeah.
Everything.
Val's asking which one have I chosen to do. I'm going to go for the Gt3 Valve. We're going to go with that one. That's what I'm going to go with, I think. It's on the bench now. It's not moving off the bench now. It's there. So.
And he's got a 4-inch. It'd never be too. Oh, sorry, it's 4 foot. Yeah. Oh no, he is 4-inch. Sorry.
Yeah, it is 4-inch.
And he's got 4 inches. He can never be too big.
Yavel's saying the hose acts as a resonance box.
It really does. Yeah.
Yavel's got a good spray booth. It's a hole in the wall with a bit of tissue on it. Yeah. It actually is.
It is?
Yeah. It is.
Colin Jarvis is there saying morning all. Looking forward to Sunday morning. Yeah, Ronald's saying, Andrew, if you enlarge your pipe, the noise will also reduce.
Yeah, probably will. I got this thing the right way around.
Yeah, Twisted Rail Hobby says, speaking of being loud, watching Al McNish through process is deafening.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's what he says.
Oh, Al's thought process.
Our thought process, yeah.
Oh,
gonna
well,
say,
the
like,
ears,
through.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, I have a can of silicon. I could
I need
always.
to put my glasses on, really. I'm reading blurred text.
You might want to put them on.
Yeah, I think I will.
That explains that bike. Did you not have your glasses on for that?
No.
Neither did I.
That's not good.
Mr. Parker's bench is so tidy, look.
I know. It's going to be the good smile scheme, Yavel. Is the one I'm going to do. I did have it out on the bench before. I'll take it back out for you. Look.
Oh, rip.
So it's going to be that one, Yavel.
A nice scheme, that.
Okay, where are you? We'll click on you.
You'll be all right with that, Al, don't you worry?
Yeah, you'll be fine. Hobby design decals, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine. They're lovely decals. Go down, no bother at all.
Nice challenge for you, mate.
Sorry about that. I'm really going to do something about that chair.
Oh, the chair.
Can't wait to get back in mine.
You a bit of Typhoon, Andy?
Bit of Typhoon.
Excellent. Bit of blue for that.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't watched the Cannonball Run movies, the outtakes,
yeah, at the end they're great.
Are just, I think you can YouTube the outtakes if you don't have time to watch the movie. And Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds are just side-splitting funny.
I always like Burt Reynolds.
He's a pretty cool guy. He was a pretty cool guy.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cool guys.
Hey, Luke.
I was talking about Sam. Sorry.
Thank you, mate.
Good morning, Luke.
Hello, Luke.
Hey, Luke.
Hello, baby.
Oh,
I did
dear.
that yesterday to Lucy. Hello, baby Lucy.
Hello,
Sam laughed.
baby Lucy.
Peter Pippins there saying, "Kanachi our peeps. Hope you all
saying what?
Kanachi." I can't say.
Konnichiwa.
Alan, put your glasses on and your teeth in.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
Hope you all. Is it Genki?
Genki. Oh my God.
Genki.
Simon,
Genki.
read the chat for Christ's sake.
Great Friday night show, and relieved to see Dan recovering, albeit slowly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's brilliant to see Dan.
Dave Allen saying those decals look ace. What are they called? They're hobby design, and it's the Good Smile scheme. They do do them for quite a few cars.
Is it all one colour then?
Dylan, when are you hoping to get back into your man cave? Richie's asking you, Sam.
Hopefully a couple of weeks. I got the okay to walk again, but you know, yeah, I have to leave it a couple of weeks before I head upstairs.
Scoot your backside up the stairs, step by step.
Well, don't tempt me.
Sure, you're safer than doing that than walking.
Well, no, mate, probably would be. But
You probably get friction burns off the carpet and end up back in hospital.
Jesus, who said that?
Again.
I'm going to be coming down the stairs on my arse. Never mind. I'm not walking down the stairs. No way. I'll come down on my arse.
Don't jump off like you did last time.
Yeah, SAS man,
Let's go sampling service.
Oh.
I got a
Nah,
pipe
too
here.
big.
I don't know where this goes.
We've got Steve, Twisty Rail Hobbies, Mark, and Yuval all saying good morning to Luke.
Good morning.
Favoritism.
Yeah. Adam saying morning, gentlemen, and Richie Lamb saying that's good news, Sam.
Great. Cheers, Richard. Good to see you back modeling, mate.
Okay. I have a random piece of plastic that obviously goes somewhere.
I could think of somewhere you could put it.
Yeah. I'm
If in doubt, fire it in the B1M.
yeah. Trick it in there now, mate. Yeah, I can't see where that goes at all.
I'm looking forward to seeing this 037 done. It's a beautiful car.
Me too. Seems to be dragging on now.
Ooh.
What did you do? Cut your beard or something?
No, there's something's popped up on Fleabay,
Oh,
which will go for silly money, but it's got a very good price on it at the moment.
Predicting it's 12 scale F1.
No,
Oh.
it's actually a Cosy
When did that go up?
this morning.
This morning?
No, yesterday.
I did look, not yesterday, I think it was the day before. 'Cause I always regularly check for them.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
As we all type in the search term.
Everyone's piling in now.
Oh, yeah. A couple of them on there, actually, isn't there?
Yep.
In fact, there's loads of them on there.
There's one or two.
Yeah, there's one there, 235 quid.
Sell your bike.
Yeah. Ironically, that one at 22 quid at the moment will probably go for a lot north of where it is, near that 200 mark.
It doesn't sell as well, that one. The box art doesn't sell it.
No, it's not as good, but
Funny angle.
Yeah.
It was that a funny.
You've got 5 fingers.
no, I don't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. There's a Sierra Cosworth there. 8 hours left, 20 bids, 70 quid.
Yeah.
Hannah's in the chat saying, it's okay, I don't want a Cosy for my birthday, thank you.
No, you can have it. What, you don't want it? I'll take care of it then.
I think that's a subtle hint, Paul.
It is. She tells me what she actually does want. It'd be a big help.
Yeah.
No. What do you want for your birthday? I don't know.
It's Hannah's birthday?
11th Feb.
Ah.
Good morning, Hannah.
Did you watch it, Luke?
No, mate. I ate my own body weight in curry,
Oh, not again.
Oh,
and then I fell asleep. And
Fair enough.
As you do.
Good for you.
woke up about 10 o'clock on the sofa and got told to go to bed.
You know?
So no, I didn't. So that's the plan for today.
Good.
Oh, Hannah says she wants all the pigments to sell out for a birthday, please.
Oh yeah, I'd like that as well.
Shall.
Yeah.
Have they actually gone live on the website, Paul?
No, Tuesday. Lee hasn't got them yet. They're still here.
Tuesday.
They'll be sent Monday. I get them Tuesday and they go up then.
Will there be a
Possibly.
ISM holder for them?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. I've already been asked that about 6 times. Yeah. Oh, I would think so, yeah. That's Lee's domain, that one.
Yeah.
Just need our airbrushes now.
Been no
What's that?
news on
I'm waiting on.
Waiting for ages now.
Yeah.
It's all been ordered and paid for and everything. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. Yeah. Frustrating a little bit. Right, where the hell does this park go?
And that bit.
Pay that much for a kit, it would cost me like a horse.
Holy
Oh, man.
Jeebus H Christ, that was loud.
Hold on, I have to read it through. I have to read it.
I'm deaf.
Alan's
Belfast Auditorium.
that's terrible, that. Sorry.
No, it's
What's
funny.
saying that?
I did it this week on the phone to someone.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong number.
Oh, was it?
I think they were so thrown by it, they put the phone down on me. Result.
Like a crematorium by accident. I don't find jokes like that funny, to be honest, Simon.
That's all.
Of course you don't.
Gar.
Are
Yeah,
are home phones still a thing in the UK?
mine's not plugged in.
No, I don't. I have the line because you need the line for internet, but I don't have a home phone.
But I don't even need mine for that. Nah, you just get spam call now. That's all you get.
Yeah.
I was walking around the outside of the house and I was looking at the hookup box, for the telephone line. I'm like, do I take that thing off the house now? Because I don't think I'll ever have another phone.
Oh, house phones about their day. Did you guys who watch the Ratarosa video of him cleaning the 288?
No, I haven't as yet.
Well,
No. I need to do a catch up on YouTube. to be
tell you
honest.
what, it come up well.
Did it?
Yeah,
Oh yes. Did you watch it, Si?
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list to watch.
Should watch that. It comes up
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful underneath.
Imagine.
It needs work. It still needs a lot of work, but it comes up really well.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Like
Gonna
me
watch
when I
the
have a
spoiler
wife.
bosses, isn't it?
So against that, Sam?
Like me when I have a wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once
No.
every 6 months.
Actually, there was a good video today on the zoo giving the elephant a wash down with a hose.
Oh my.
I'm more like a woolly mama.
Oh,
You can take out whichever way you want.
yeah.
Craig Pello's saying he so wants one of your airbrushes. Yeah, you won't go far wrong, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Trust us, we've been on order for about 6 months, but we get asked daily where they are. And
They are the Mud's nuts.
we're just waiting. We're
Much
just
love.
waiting.
The mutt's nuts.
Right, so they're all ready for primer. I just need to figure out where the hell this part goes. Go for the whole instructions, don't I? Looks like a pipe to me. Ah, there it is. I can see it now. How come I can't see that on the instructions when I'm looking through them? Oh yeah, there it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, you're a moron, Paul. You really are an idiot.
You building?
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
What you
I've
building?
lost it. What?
What you building?
My Lancia 037.
Just that. Oh, okay.
The engine running.
So it's starting tomorrow. Then we've got the large scale car build, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the German build.
Yep.
Yep.
What car are you building?
You guys. I'm saving that for later in the year for the Brit build.
Oh.
I'm going to build a car.
Ah. That'd be good.
Oh, it won't be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. No new.
This Apex spray UMP primer is better than the Neo. I'll be honest, I've never sprayed for a Neo, mate. I can't comment. My Neo was long gone by the time we got the primers. The Neo's not about Airbrush. Jim messaged me in the night saying he fancies getting a Neo because you can get them cheap from Hobby Lobby. You know, will it handle the lacquers? And I'm like, it will. But you just got to watch them needle nozzles on because they do break so easy.
Yeah.
Just snaps off, just shears up on you. No force.
So
I would think it would be fine, Joe. Yes.
Can you still get Bangalore file in Indian restaurants? Yes, mate, you can.
Whether it's better, Joe, I don't know, mate. I honestly can't comment. I've not owned them both at the same time to try the UMP primers with the Neo. Just remember, the Neo isn't an Iwata. It's made for Iwata. It's a Chinese. It is essentially a Chinese airbrush. Just remember that bit. When they were 40 quid. Sorry, Andy, I keep talking over you.
No, that's all right.
When they were 40 quid, the Neos were a good airbrush. When they doubled to 80, I think they lost their price point.
Yeah.
They outpriced themselves.
The Neo is a decent airbrush. I mean, if you're wanting to spray primer, I personally think I've got a Wada, was it Highline, and the Apex is better at spraying primer than my Iwata is. They're both fine. They both do just fine with it. I find the Apex easier to clean than the Iwata. And when it comes to spraying primers, I like to make sure I always give my airbrush a good clean after I'm done. So
always wipe your nozzle down when you're finished.
Yes. Never go wrong with a clean nozzle. That's the one. The nozzle is probably the only knock on the Neo. Here in the States, you can get them at Hobby Lobby. Use the 40% discount, and they're pretty cheap.
That's what Jim was asking me.
So,
would it handle lacquers? I was like, it will.
Got S3 Model Works there saying good morning all. Everyone hard at work, I see. Oh,
hello, Scott.
Almost everyone.
Yeah.
And Joe's saying, thank you, Paul. I wanted to note the Neo to do clears only and keep my Infinity for top coats and have the Apex mainly for priming.
Yeah, you can't beat an Apex for priming.
The elitist.
Oh, isn't it? Multiple airbrushes.
It's a great airbrush. It really is.
Craig Pello said, I ordered one from Amazon and sent it back.
Yeah.
The Neo is too delicate. I do enjoy my TRM1 though.
So we found where that malarkey goes. We can stick them.
The nozzle is one area that, you know, on the airbrush that you're going to be taking off and on quite a bit. So
Who's cracking the 4X then?
Hey,
Yeah.
so what's everybody working on today?
9037. It's my video.
I am working on Tamiya's 148 109
Oh,
G6.
nice. The G6. Nice. Meant to be a good kit there.
Purchased from UMP.
Oh,
I'm working on a Thunderwolf Lord figure.
you progressed well with that, mate.
Yeah. And also starting some Thunderwolf cavalry to go with it.
Oh,
That's what I'm doing. Lots of walls.
that was in bits yesterday, that thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah.
You've been up through the night again?
No.
No.
No. To be fair, they go together really quick.
Right.
It's the painting that takes the time. But I did the smaller wolves, which were over there in the cabinet, and kind of came up with a system. So actually, that once you know how you're going to do it, it's quite quick.
Right.
It's finding how you're going to do it. And the only thing that really takes the time is I added all that stuff onto the base.
Yeah.
That's very straightforward.
Question now for Ronald for Simon. Where is the bulkhead dash panel? Do you have to put it on yourself, or did you take it off?
What on the Gazoo?
I haven't got a clue, mate.
Yeah,
I
must
think
be.
Oh, as you mean the
Scuttle panel, I think is
scuttle
probably
panel? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to put it on yourself when you put it in, so you can have the bonnet fixed or open. There is a bit of engine detail in there, so yeah, all glues in later.
Simon does enjoy a good scuttle.
Yeah, there it's part of it.
And Yuval says, does the 109 contains the engine, Andy? It does, doesn't it?
It does.
And it also contains different parts to pose the engine compartment open and closed.
And it's really cool the way they do that too. Yeah. You can have the the fuselage you can have showing open to display the engine, or you can remove that quickly and have it all buttoned up. You can build both versions of it. So if, you know, for a period of time you want to have it all buttoned up, and then you decide to change your mind, you can then have all the what do you call them? They're not hatches. Engine covers.
Yeah, engine covers.
You can have the engine covers displayed open, so you can see the engine. It's a really well designed kit that's got a load of detail. And from everything I've heard, it goes together really, really well.
Sorry, mate. Go on.
I was just gonna say I'm just cleaning up parts right now. So.
Richard Lamb is back doing the Airfix Tiger 1 tracks, doing his head tracks. Ian Darthwaite's in, saying morning, chaps, late to the party. Morning, Ian.
Oh, Ian.
Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hope you keep them all, mate.
Yep.
Scott is saying Sammy's loving the goatee. It gives you a regal look.
Thank you.
Look in the goatee.
I agree this on Luke's behalf. Hold on, I wring someone's neck.
Battersea Dogs home, Jack Russell speaking.
Joe Edwards is saying he's doing a Mr. Craft 172 mark on links. Don't know if anyone else knows of Mr. Craft kits.
I've heard of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably about 5 years ago, I had that kit. I opened the box and put it back in the box and threw it away.
Now that's elitist.
Yeah, that is elitist. Yeah, it could have gone to some poor starving child.
Yeah, some kid could have eaten that somewhere.
So I've never built one.
You could have gone on some sort of register and given to the local kids.
Set fire to it.
Oh, that's a bit extreme, that Al.
Oh no.
Ray's in. Good morning, Ray.
Oh, Ray.
And Yuval's asking, how much is that kit, Andy?
30 shekels.
Poor donkeys.
And
I've
it's,
no
probably,
idea.
it's probably not far off. It's a reasonably priced 148 scale.
I think it's about 35, 40 quid.
Yeah, it's a
They're not cheap, but it's a state-of-the-art Tamiya kit. As much as state-of-the-art model can be.
I think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit less than Edward. 109.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant kit. It really is.
I'm not a fan of some of the Edward aircraft kits. I think they're overcomplicated builds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you've got the complication, as far as how the kit fits together. It can be a little problematic, or they can be a little problematic, but you just can't beat Tamiya kits for how they go together. I was looking for an enjoyable aircraft kit to build, and that was my number one requirement, and so that's why I went with the 109 kit. The Spitfire kit that Tamiya has is good. I've heard great things about that, and the P38 Lightning kit is another really, really good kit.
Yeah.
So
From that.
Other than the 48 scale Sea Harrier and Lancaster, I don't think you go wrong with Tamiya full stop.
Yeah.
Lancaster's not the best, and that Sea Harrier is awful.
That was the first aircraft I built. Was that Sea Harrier?
It's
oh man.
Yeah. Let's just say.
Nasty.
Yeah. Well, I sort of built it when I glued the fuselage together. The tip of it was like 3/4 of an inch out. So it
and the Tamiya 72nd scale Warbird collection, which are artillery kits. Yeah.
Dreadful.
Yeah, they're not good.
That's a blast from the past. Richard Lamb saying 0898. Phone keeps going. Does that still exist, 0898?
Damn sex hotline.
Oi.
What are you wearing? Boxer shorts and a stained t-shirt.
Joe is saying they're absolutely awful, Luke. Yeah, that's why I threw mine away, mate.
You see, this is another subject. Sorry to interrupt.
Go on, mate.
Where people ask about a kit to start with, and people always recommend buy cheap kits and build them.
No.
I think it's one of the worst things you can do.
Yeah. Worst
No.
You don't need to worry about it then. Yeah, but if it's terrible, it might put you off building models for life.
Well, yeah.
You don't have to spend a lot of money to get good kits.
No.
A lot of the Tamiya, small aircraft are 20 odd quid.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive, really.
But even you look at some of the new tooled Airfix 72nd, the World War II prop stuff like the Mustang, and they're good little kits, and you pick them up for less than a tenner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's some of the worst advice you see. Practice on this. No, don't do that.
Don't do that. Put you off.
You can get a cheap bit of Tamiya armor for about 12, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Panzer II.
Kit. Yeah,
Old
it
Panzer
goes
II.
together well.
Yeah.
Great kit.
There's a lot of what's the word?
Misinformation.
Not fallacies, but misinformation out there, isn't there? As a beginner, it's got to be absolutely baffling.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very, very hard to go wrong with Tamiya
Unless you're Tony.
or me.
Yes, unless you're me.
Good
That's
one.
strange.
Oh,
Hello,
what a
Tony.
coincidence!
Yeah, imagine that.
Where were you last night?
I was in here.
Were you?
Yes.
I left. You must have just joined after I left. I thought maybe
He
you
was
were
waiting for you to leave.
No, it was quite a while after you left, Sam.
Mm.
Here we go. Yuval is saying he's heard of a few that Edward do have fit issues. I don't know. Adam is saying, anyone have experience with wing not wings kits? Tim's the man for that. Tim's built a few of them.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll go wrong, but they're not a beginner's build, definitely.
And they're getting hard to find as well.
Yeah, and very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, the kits, I've got 2 of them. The guys got me for my birthday, and they're unbelievable kits just looking at them. The detail, the kits look just amazing.
How's Mr. Akakukio?
I'm fine, thank you, Sam.
Good.
Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Andrew.
That's so good, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scott saying he has the Rodin Felixstowe F2A. If worse comes to worse and it builds like a complete pig, the paint scheme is one that was lost at sea after a forced water landing.
Like it.
Yeah, there's always something you can do with it.
Not
Was
seen
it on
Scott
fire?
around much lately, have we? Scott's not been around that much lately.
No, he had a few issues, family type stuff he needed to focus
Ah.
on it, so that's why he's not been
I
been
see.
around.
Fair enough. Hope you get it sorted, Scott.
Sorry, Andy's talking to Yuval about the FW190. Joe's saying, I'm not one for throwing away a kit, Luke. And this links is just a little practice piece until I can start my German GB build, which starts tomorrow.
Or today, if you're on.
Or, yeah, in 13 hours.
He's off screen now. Look, he's still in those intakes. He's still in those wing intakes on the slide.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, use it for that, mate. Use it as a bit of a paint mule or whatever, practice your filling and scribing and all that stuff. But yeah, I just threw it away.
Ah! Oh, sorry. Oh, Luke's just woke up, you lazy git.
Just woke up, it's the middle of the day.
It is. You waited half the day.
Lazy sod.
I'd kill to be able to lay in bed till 11:15.
I can't do it.
I can't. I'm in agony. I've got to get up.
Yeah.
6 o'clock every morning.
Sat there waking up like, what the hell?
Yeah.
In absolute agony. Right, let's go. Especially this morning, I woke up, the bloody heat hadn't been on properly. It was absolutely Baltic. You've got a jumper on today. Do you never see? A jumper.
Rare.
A jumper?
Look, jumper, look.
Wow, look at that.
Oh,
Yeah, you never see me with a jumper on.
No. I did see you with a one sleeve on once.
Yes, that probably an unknown fact from the build videos that I have an old hoodie very similar to this thing I used to wear for doing the 2K. So I just took it on, and obviously your arms are covered then with sleeve. But in the summer, wearing a hoodie with a giant gas mask with all the windows shut in here gets rather warm after half an hour of 2K. So I cut the sleeve off. So if you look at the videos, that arm is just a sleeve.
I was going to ask Paul if you could actually see your shoulder to see if that sleeve's actually attached to the rest of the hoodie.
It's not, no. It's like an arm stocking. because I'm getting older. No, it's not your fault. Because I'm in absolute agony and I have to get up, mate. Oh, Hannah says some of us are lucky to lie until 6 a.m.
Yep. 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm awake.
I don't sleep properly from, I don't know. Don't think I sleep deep until like 6 a.m. I probably get about 2 hours proper deep sleep.
Yeah.
I'm normally up around 8-ish. Sometimes earlier, sometimes or 4 a.m. if I can't sleep, which is just great.
I do that a lot.
Joe Luca will attest to that one.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Not better than look at the clock, thinking it's 4 a.m. I'm going to get up.
Yeah.
Yay. That's not the worst bit, though. It's later on in the day when it hits you in the face.
Yeah, about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, you're on the
Yep,
sofa
yep.
drooling. Getting smacked in the head by a porg.
Oh, brilliant.
He's got a new one now. And he's got one with a metal plate you put under your shirt on your shoulder. And it sits on the plate.
Oh, so it's what, magnetic?
Yeah, I've got a picture somewhere. 2 secs. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So he's made it. He spoke with Hannah and James saw it at Disney when they went there, not last year, the year before. And it was out of stock and he wanted one. And it literally came back in stock at the Disney store the other week. So he wanted one, so we bought one. Where is it? And I got a picture of him with it on the other day. There it is. So this may make an appearance in one of my bench updates.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So he's got Porgy, which is his manky disease riddle one. It's basically a combination of a toy, a pillow, and a tissue. And then he's got this one, which is called Porgster. So yeah, he loves them. I'm very proud that my 6-year-old loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I might wear that in a bench update one day. Or I might magnetize something really weird and put that on my shoulder instead.
God knows what he'll think of.
Twisted Well Hobbies saying I haven't been to bed yet.
C. Rignius says sleep apnea. I've been tested for that. I actually had my thing through off the lung department the other day. Don't know whether there are elevated signs because I'm having no detrimental effect through the day.
Yeah.
That it's not worth looking into.
Fair enough.
It's just pain with me. I can't lie down for more than a couple of hours having to move. I go from laying down to sitting up, which is unbelievably annoying. Wrestling pillows around at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, I had years of that, but the new meds, they kind of do the trick, to be honest.
Yeah, well, look good. Nice to take Tramadol, that worked, but I think it knocked me out more than got rid of the pain.
Yeah, it just masks it.
But you wake up in the morning, you're just like a zombie.
Yeah, it takes me a good 40 minutes to get going.
Yeah, we've heard.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean? Oh, sorry, you mean? You mean? And all that time, and you only last 2 for a shame.
All that build-up.
For a dramatic
constant source of disappointment.
That's some stamina. 2 minutes.
I know. It's twice that, man.
So, I'm sitting here going over these parts on the 109. And for the painting process, we take a lot of small parts and we put them on sticks or, on clips or what the blue tack or whatever that is. White tack. Yeah, I always get that mixed up. To paint small parts, to airbrush small parts. But I mean, one of the little things that I'm noticing right now with this kit is that Tamiya has put the attachment points to the sprue gates at strategic points on the parts so that I can airbrush the parts on the parts tree. I can just clip sections off I can airbrush them right here. I don't say they're grouped by color, but they're pretty close to being grouped by colors, so that it makes it a lot easier to paint these things. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that I need to clean up as far as, seam or mold lines or anything on the parts, and there's really not much cleanup. So I mean, just a little thing like that makes it that much more of a joy to build.
Did anyone see the picture on Facebook the other day? Somebody bought a resin cast head and the mold plug was right in the hair.
No.
All places to put that. You could have put it under the neck where you'd never see it, right in the hair. Is that how I'm supposed to clean this up?
Yeah.
So if I've said that right, it's in the chat. It's saying, so guys, I'm looking to buy an airbrush and compressor beginner set. Any suggestions?
AS 186
Depends on your
compressor,
budget.
which is a generic Chinese compressor you'll get nearly anywhere. AS 186 compressor. You will often get airbrushes with them. Yeah, they'll work, but they may give you more issues than you want. Well, yeah.
Mine are still in pristine condition in their boxes.
There you go. Yeah, or if you wait a bit, you can get one of our Ultimate Apexes, which you'll be laughing with one of those. There's loads of other airbrush out that you can go there. Iwata, Harder Steenbeck. Choice is yours. The world is your oyster.
Yeah, a lot depends on your budget as well.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, from personal experience, the better the airbrush you start with, the quicker you will get better at everything. If that makes sense. If you're trying to struggle with a cheap Chinese airbrush, it will do one or two things. It will either put you off airbrushing completely, or you won't use it as much as you need to be using it to learn it, because it's just hassle. You need something user friendly that you can go back to time and time again.
Whilst a more expensive tool won't magically make you a better modeler, it will help you infinitely.
It makes the process
progress with your skills by using a quality tool. My advice, and not everyone's going to agree with this, is always buy the best you can afford.
Oh, absolutely.
And that doesn't mean you got to spend 400 quid. We were discussing this yesterday, weren't we, Alan, over airbrushes? Alan was asking about a detail brush, and I was saying about the Apex with a 0.2mm needle will do fine detail work, but you want to do really detailed work and get like a custom micron or the Mustafi Procon 290, is it? Is it 290? No.
770.
That's the one. Or Iwata HPB Plus. And they're all across the price range. You got the Apex. If you already got one, it's going to cost you what, 20 or 30 quid for a needle set?
Sotar as well.
Sotar we were talking about as well, HPB Plus 169 quid. The Mr. Hobby one's 270. The Custom Micron is 370. And they will near enough do all the same job at completely different price points.
Yeah.
But what you're getting as you go up through the range is a better made airbrush along the way. But they'll probably all do the same results. So it swings around about to that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it warrant spending 370 quid to be able to spray a couple of wiggly lines on aircraft every 6 months? No. But are you an artist and a fine detail worker all day long? Well, yes. There you go. Andy's got one of the missed hobbies there.
This is the PS 770.
Yeah. Good airbrush.
It's got a point. What is it? 0.18.
1.8 in it.
Yeah, 1.8 needle in it. This is a phenomenal airbrush that is very much on par with the Iwata Custom Micron, which is the gold standard for super detail.
Absolutely, yeah.
The problem with that airbrush is that is a specific use airbrush.
Yes.
You won't be using that to put down primer.
No, not at all.
Oh, no.
Very, very, detailed work that's done with this. But for the money, you cannot beat this airbrush for super detail. But again, it is not a general use or workhorse airbrush by any means.
No.
Incidentally, Andy, how come you started that kit today? I thought you could have put that one in on the German group build.
Well, you know what?
He's in Australia. It's tomorrow
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm going to be honest, right? These are our rules, not group build. You want to start your German build today? Go ahead and just start the bloody thing. I don't care.
So,
Honestly. Seriously, is it going to make any difference to anyone?
No.
In all honesty, if you anyone out there, I'd rather you build your kit rather than sitting there all day.
Yeah.
And that's honestly, that's where I was. I was.
Look at me, Paul.
Do it. Just start it. This isn't an official group build. It's ours.
I know.
It doesn't matter. There's no prizes at stake. Nothing. Start the bloody thing. You're like what? 12 and a half hours early. Who cares?
Yeah,
I don't care.
Okay.
Start it, Al. Honestly, as soon as you start it, we'll disqualify.
Yeah.
You starting that for now?
Uh,
Seriously, if anyone out there wants to start, just go for it. Andy, if you want to enter that, enter it, mate. I don't care.
I'll do that. Yeah, I
If
thought.
there's no problem, you come and see me. The chances of Andy finishing that in 2 months.
There you go.
unless
that was exactly what I was going to say. There's no snowball's chance in hell that I'll finish this.
But you never know.
In
You
time.
never know, Andy. You never know.
Oh, that's true.
The
big hang up.
Something.
Jesus, I forgot Tony was here.
Anywho.
I heard a very
Here,
rough.
mute Tony, because I know what he's going to say.
Are you taking part? Are you taking part in the German build too?
No.
Oh, why not?
Oh, nice one.
Let me march on.
Well, put them to one side.
I've already done that with 4 kits.
Oh, okay.
27 minutes past 11, Tony.
Yeah, cheers, Luke.
How are you, Tony? I've not spoken to you for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine.
Good.
Hello,
Jesus
work for
says
me.
he's painting playing kits and a precise word to be done.
Apex.
I go for Apex personally.
The thing I found with the Apex, because the maintenance of it is so straightforward.
Yeah.
That when you first starting to airbrush and you go in from brush painting, to airbrushing, the thing that used to put me off, and I started with a Neo when they were cheap, and I started with an Eclipse. And because they were so problematic for cleaning, they're very finicky. It used to put me off, and I'd be like, well, I'll just brush paint it. I can't be bothered to go through the whole process. But then once I got the Apex,
Exactly.
because it's so easy to clean and maintain, you then start to find you're using it more and more and more, and before you know it, you're airbrushing everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I airbrush every single part, even something like that, which you won't be able to see on camera. That little tiny part there on my fingertip will get mounted on a cocktail stick and primed and painted by airbrush.
Mm-hmm.
Everything gets done.
That's the same here now, because that's what before I used an Aztec with interchangeable tips.
God, they're a pain in the backside. Those
Absolute
things.
nightmare to check, to clean. Absolute nightmare to clean.
Avoid at all costs.
I say as soon as I move
The thing is, as a modular unit or whatever it is, the system, it's a fantastic idea.
Yes.
It just doesn't work.
It just sucks. I've got one.
Yeah.
They come in a great box.
Oh yeah, they spend more money on the box than the airbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Good
getting
idea,
the Apex was the best choice I ever made, I think.
It's easy for me to recommend these things. It sounds like a sales pitch from me.
Oh no.
But, it does.
It's a damn good airbrush.
Yeah. If it wasn't good, I wouldn't be using them. I'd still have all my Iwaters. I haven't got a single one.
I think nearly every one of us on here has at least one, if not more, Apexes. So I think it speaks for itself.
6 of them. 6. I got 6.
Even I can use an Apex.
Yeah, that's the box. Yeah, I remember the box.
Look at this. Look at this
Yeah.
freaking box.
Yeah. Open it up, Andy.
It's like something that you get a fine, watch, or you store fine cigars in. But
Yeah, and instead there's a plastic crap airbrush in there.
Yeah. I honestly should throw this in the bin, but I just can't do it because of the damn box.
They're expensive.
You'd stick out on eBay, Andy.
Yeah.
They're worth a lot of money, though. It's 100 quid to buy.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Really?
Yeah. I tell you what, I made a killing years ago. I bought a job lot of modeling stuff. And you know the little paint things that you interchange?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a load of those brand new in the modeling lot. I made a fortune on them, selling them on eBay. People just after them. Because that's the idea of that, isn't it? The airbrush.
It's got.
You don't put the paint in the airbrush, do you? You put the paint pod in the airbrush.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are the, all different types of cups that go with it. And then if you want to spray different mediums, I mean, you've got the body of the airbrush itself. If you want to spray different mediums, you put the different nozzle assemblies, whatever these things are, on. And there's 6 different sizes on here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got I think I've got the bigger version, the bigger version with more tips in the box I've got.
Okay.
Yeah. You are.
I'll need Alpo's tips.
Well, maybe I'll.
They do work. Yeah, they do work, and they work well, but they're just an absolute nightmare to clean.
Yeah, I've heard people moan and they don't work well, and they break really easy.
Well, it's like everything else. It's how you treat it, isn't it, Paul? You can give somebody a sledgehammer and they'll break it. You know what I mean? It's.
It really is a great idea, but it is a pain in the backside to clean. It really is.
Yeah.
And when you're learning to airbrush, easy to clean is so helpful.
Well, that's where most people end up. I wouldn't say breaking their airbrush, but it stops working or it stops working properly. The reason is because they haven't cleaned it properly.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if you've got any issue airbrushing, be it it's splattering, it's blocked, paint flows low, whatever, 9 times out of 10, the airbrush isn't clean. And the amount of people who come back to go, oh, it's definitely clean. And then you're like, we'll do this and that. Oh, yeah, it was dirty. There was loads of paint in the nozzle.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I am going to do a video on the fundamentals of airbrushing. And I'm literally going to start the compressor, work our way up through that, to the hose, to the airbrush. Grow up with you, for Christ's sake.
Is that whispering sweet nothings on the way too, Paul?
Can do, mate. Yeah, I'll give my hose a good tug for you.
Takes about 40 minutes.
Yeah. And yeah, work my way up through that. I'll talk about basic paint thinning, and then I can refer people to like the LP thinner video and the Apex cleaning video. I'm not going to sit there and clean the airbrush. I've done all that lot before, haven't I? But just got more talk about the equipment and camera angles, things like that. I think I am anyway.
It's probably the airbrush is probably the most important purchase you will make in regards to how you get along with the hobby.
Yeah, the models are quite important.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, right. But it's tool wise.
Yeah, I've just been an ass.
The one thing that can make you, I wouldn't say make you better, but can improve the quality of the models you're building is an airbrush. Without a shadow of a doubt, it transforms your builds once you get used to using the airbrush. Definitely.
And there is something about using good tools.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Make sure you got fresh batteries in them.
There's nothing worse than when the drill runs out halfway through doing a hole is to pull.
Oh, drill, yeah. Speaking of dildos, hello, Chunk.
Hello.
How are you doing, Mr. Ailes?
Not too bad.
You doing well this fine morning, my good friend?
Yes, very well, thank you.
Hey, Chunk.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Chunk.
Started your German build, Shrink.
No.
He's finished it.
Oh, Chuck doesn't sound happy.
Just woke up and he sounds sleepy.
No, he's not. It's 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything with Chunk. He sleeps at all sorts of weird times.
Yeah.
No, I did doze off around about 8:30. Woke up about 9:45 when the live show went at 9 here, so I'm about an hour behind.
Well, you were out here either late last night or early in the morning. I could never figure
I was
out.
here in the morning because I hadn't been to bed. I just kept going right through. So I had a few hours in the morning and still a bit knackered. So
Become one of those people that has trouble sleeping. That's a maniac.
I have trouble sleeping for the last 12 months.
Hey, Chunk, the dragster looks well, man.
It's a good 6-footer.
Yeah.
Sorry. Move on quickly.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
move on. Where the hell is that bit?
Over there.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Right.
crap. That's a door handle. What colour are those door handles?
Gents, I'll talk to you after lunch.
All right, Mike.
All right,
Okay,
Mike.
okay.
Bye, Mike.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Bye-bye and thanks.
Sure.
Bye.
The door handles there.
Oh. Gotta love Sam's frogs.
They are funny, aren't they?
They are. Yeah.
I'm going to buy another set of headphones.
No. They made me.
No, I bought 2 sets of headphones the same, but I'll have a pair down here because I need to pair upstairs. I'll put them in and they're crap. They really were bad. So I'm going to buy a decent set of headphones.
Have a word with Mr.
Sennheiser, Sam.
Say again?
Sennheiser.
Sennheiser?
Cannot beat Sennheiser headphones. I got a beautiful pair of their, they're industry leading ones. About 200. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
Even like their entry level decent headphones, like 250 odd quid. But the sound quality.
I have to agree. Mine are brilliant.
They are beautiful, aren't they?
Oh,
I
sweet.
use them all the time. Good sound cancelling. They've got built-in mic.
I haven't got any sound cancelling on mine. I had some Bose sound cancelling, which are great. And on this set, I decided to go against it. They seal that well against your head.
Yeah.
They might as well be setting out noise cancelling.
Mm.
Absolutely brilliant.
These were good headphones. They were expensive, but for some reason they make a strange noise. I don't know what it
Sennheiser
is.
are probably some of the best budget headphones you will get.
I've always had Sennheisers right from the start.
Yeah, they're lovely. I had a set of Bose noise cancelling for a while, but they were a little bit too bassy, which I don't normally mind, but I'd rather have a bit of a all round now. And to be honest, noise cancel, unless you're on aircraft or noisy anything, it's a bit of a waste of time a lot of the time anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, boys, on that note, I'm going to have to leave.
All right, mate.
But I will hold on up to this first. This is informing me that Paul's live at the bench is on.
Oh, you better go watch that then.
Yeah, I might.
I would. No worries, Sam.
I'll message you the model number, Sam.
What?
I'll message you the model number.
Sorry. I was going to say, what, am I kidding on bad or what?
Yeah, what? Who?
No, for the headphones.
Spot on. I'll speak to you in the afternoon, boys.
See you later, mate.
Sam.
See you later, son.
Yes,
Take care.
If I could in here, I would wear headphones quite happily, but Hannah would scare the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, that's the trouble, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Because
I
you
would
can't hear
like
anyone coming in your room. Well, that sounds bad, doesn't it?
Actually, I got on not bad with mine, I have to say.
I know for a fact Mary scared the life out of you a couple of times.
Yes, I know. I know.
And you've been caught looking at stuff you shouldn't be looking at.
Well, it's not my fault. I blame.
Just the day.
I
I
blame
was
her.
looking at it. I was looking at something in the chat somebody put in there, and he got caught by the wife.
Oh.
Hope it wasn't that one including that hose from the other day.
Oh no.
Oh.
Uh,
Oops.
No, that lasted about.
That was a
5
real
seconds,
shitty
that one
video,
did.
that one.
Yeah.
That was grim.
Oh man.
funny, isn't it? When you look at parts in a kit, you read instructions, because these instructions are busy as hell. And you really like daunted by doing like, oh, there's so many parts. You get them off and look at it thinking, there's not that many there, actually, to be fair. Hasegawa instructions are just, compared to Tamiya, really, really busy.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, let's read that chat quickly while I'm just sat here for a minute. Oh, I got my chat broke. What's going on with the chat?
Disappointing.
There we go. Nice trophy on yourself to magnetize. Could do. Could do, mate. Sticker on my head would be more better, wouldn't it? I love that trophy now. The amount of people just randomly spot it in bench up days. Like, is that a golden dick behind you?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Maybe before the Eclipse is nice. See, I'm probably against the grain there. I'm not a fan of the iWatcher Eclipse. It's one of their only airbrushes that has an actual floating needle nozzles in it. And I don't like it. I had one and I really don't like it. But that's the bread and butter kind of bestseller, that Eclipse. I'm not saying it's a bad airbrush. I just don't like the airbrush. Something about it. Luke started with a Chinese airbrush, got annoyed him when he painting, got an Apex and he loves it. Richie got a Neo, was ready to take it apart to clean it. Yeah, but an Apex and always use it. That needle nozzle, it just snaps so easy. So he's going to wait for an Apex. Hopefully, mate, it won't be long. No pre-orders, sadly. Paul had a paintbrush to his list. What list? Seems to me the first priority is how easy it is to clean over how well it sprays. I don't think it's first priority. I think it's a big selling point, though.
Yeah.
Luckily, the Apex does both. I mean, that sounded like a big head. Look at my work, and that's all done with an Apex. From primer, base coat to 2K, it's all I use on everything. And I've used that on near enough every genre of modeling, from aircraft, Warhammer, armor. Must have done some sci-fi with it. Must have done something over the years. What are you laughing at? I must have.
Don't start the debate again.
You allegedly thought about doing some sci-fi.
I have done sci-fi in the past. Thank you very much.
Yeah, how an airbrush sprays is important. It
yeah,
really
very
is.
important.
It's just that well. Easy to clean is just one of the things that should be looked at when you're looking at an airbrush.
I think it was Luke said. I think easy to clean is a big selling point as a beginner because you're not getting frustrated. See, yeah. When I got back, I modeled as a kid in a way, not a lot, but a little bit. And I modeled a little bit when me and Hannah got together for about a year back in 2003, and then I quit. And I picked it back up in 2009, and then massively in 2010 because I couldn't do anything else. And the two biggest mistakes I made were, number one, I bought a Mitsubishi Evolution then. A Harder Steenbeck Evolution. A Harder Steenbeck Evolution. And they're great airbrushes, but they're just finicky on paint, which I didn't know back then. And the biggest mistake I made at the same time was buying the whole Model Air range of paints. And I had nothing but trouble with the airbrush clogging and blocking and everything until somebody said, filter the paint. And I did. I did it for, the Tamiya mesh you get with some of the armor kits and the aircraft.
Yeah.
Filter through that, and it sprayed perfect. And the next day, I went out and bought the Tamiya XF range, well, X and XF, and I never looked back. And that's why now when people say about Model Air, I'm like, I wouldn't. Because I've been burnt with it. But I learned to use the harder Steenbeck. But over the years, we're using different types of paint and then use different mediums. They just clog up so easy.
Well, I was when I started airbrushing when I came back in about 2015-16 into the hobby, and it was suggested I get the Harder Steenbeck Evolution, the 2-in-1, because you had the 0.4 which you could lay down primer with, and the 0.2 for the fine detail. And I struggled with this airbrush. I really did struggle. And for me, the biggest problem was even using the Tamiya XF paints was getting the dilution of that paints correct for this airbrush.
Yeah.
Now, I state for this airbrush because if you stick MRP paints in here, pre-thinned, it's a good airbrush.
Yeah, that's what they're designed to spray. They're designed to spray inks
absolutely.
and lacquers. That's what the airbrush is. I'm not saying they're not good as an airbrush. They are beautifully made.
Yeah,
they are probably some of the pretty, especially Infinity. Infinity's got to be the prettiest airbrush you can get.
Yeah.
But that's no good if you can't spray or clean it. And I think as a beginner, it's not a good airbrush for beginners.
No.
Personally, and you know the problem is people ask for advice on airbrushes on groups, and people are like, oh, you got to get the Evolution. It's the best one you can get. Yada yada yada. Like, oh, how many airbrushes have you owned? Well, I've only owned this one. Right. Well, how can you give an opinion on that it's better than others then? What the word you're looking for is I have one and it works well for me.
Yeah.
And that's why when somebody said something before about the Neo and our Primer, I don't know, I've not used it. It should be fine. But that's like me going, no, the Neo will be no good. It'd be useless. You'll have to buy our airbrush instead. And that's the misinformation that's out there everywhere. And I think it must confuse the life out of people. And me and you've had this discussion before, and we were discussing this yesterday.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Alan. Mr. McNeese, sorry, because I know me and Alan spoke this before.
Yeah.
When people ask a question on the group, and that's the same question about 8 other groups.
Yeah.
The just total, not only misinformation, but the different amount of opinions you're going to get over stuff. And it could be, what's the best red for X7 Tamiya? You know, a very specific question. You get 42 different answers. 3 people are telling you can't use it. Somebody posting a picture of their cat, and somebody leaves because they got butt hair because somebody put an exclamation mark at the end of the sentence.
Or 3.
That's what you'll get. It's just so random out there. And that's why I say pick your source of info and stick with it. And it doesn't have to be ISM. You go where you're comfortable. There's loads of groups. There's one out there that drives me nuts. And it's one of the ones I'm not allowed to post on because the sheer amount of shit and drivel that's on there. You just think, oh my God, I hope nobody listens to this. It's crazy. Pick your group, pick your source, stick with it, modify for your own use, take the tips, figure your own stuff out, and away you go. The only way you'll get good at doing this hobby is by doing it.
Consistency.
Yeah. If you consistently shit, just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. It is though. It is, but don't be giving people information like, "What's the best paint to use?" Oh, you've got to use Vallejo. It's the best. Have you used any others? No. How can you say it's the best then? Well, I've had no trouble with it. Well, it still doesn't mean it's the best.
Yeah.
I struggled with this Evo for ages, and when the Apex came out, I was reluctant to buy the Apex because I didn't want to, even though it was cheaper than this one, I didn't want to go down the same route as being disappointed in an airbrush. So, you know, technically this airbrush put me off airbrushing.
Yeah.
But eventually, you know, with everybody saying, oh, it's really good, I went out and bought one. And to be fair, that I'll say it time and time again that the Apex taught me how to airbrush. It was so easy to clean. It's easy to use. It's very, very forgiving in the paint mixing ratios. You get it wrong a little bit, you know, and just a little tweak of the air pressure and you're there. It's just, you know, to the degree that I hardly use this Evo now.
Tim's in the chat moment, Tim. Even I've said this before, even when we first got the opportunity to get the Apex, even I was, you know, skeptical because, you know, we had to deal with Badger over the primer, and Lee comes to me going, "We can get an airbrush off Badger." And I was like, "Okay." And back then, I think I still had Harder Steenbecks and I had Watters, and they were very, very expensive airbrushes I had, you know. And I'm not saying don't get them. If I was going to choose an Iwatta tomorrow, I'd go buy an HPC Plus because that's a phenomenal airbrush. But they're 180 odd quid, and I can get the same results with an Apex as I can with one of those.
Yeah.
Whereas a well-made tool, they're beautiful, beautiful tools. But at the end of the day, and it is what I am, I've got a business and I am promoting the Apex. So I'm not going to use an Iwatta. That's the other side of it for me as well. And I'll always be honest. You guys know me. My integrity is good. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and go, "Oh, it's better than that all day long," because it's not. But it ultimately does the same job of using air to propel paint.
Yeah.
But it might not be as good a looking tool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my results speak for themselves. I'm happy with my painting. Painting is the most enjoyable part of the hobby for me. I absolutely always have loved painting.
And I think some of it with an airbrush specifically, it does come down to what you're using that airbrush for.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at, I don't know, let me think, someone like Gil Mondragon.
Yeah.
Now, he does a lot of figure painting and he airbrushes everything. Now, he needs that level of precision.
Yeah.
Because he will airbrush pupils on, you know, on a 28mm eye.
Yeah.
That, you know, so yes, he needs that high-end precision airbrush. Same as the guys that airbrush, you know, they airbrush art. So they're spraying onto paper and they're airbrushing very, very fine details. But for the majority of what we do, you do not need that level of precision. And what comes with it is the level of maintenance required and learning how to do it and all that stuff. For me, what I want is an airbrush that's versatile and it will do pretty much everything I need it to do. And I can pick it up, I can use it, I can clean it, and it's ready to go in an hour's time when I'm doing something. That's the key. And that means that you will use the airbrush a lot then, because it's easy to maintain and easy to use.
At the end of the day,
go on, Andy.
This is the PS 770, and it's a good looking airbrush. Fine detail, super fine detail. Iwata Highline, a good looking airbrush.
That's a HPC Plus.
HPC Plus. Thank you.
Absolutely phenomenal airbrush.
And it really is. It's a great airbrush.
Airbrushes, yeah.
And now this is the Apex, a good looking airbrush. But the thing is, the Apex will do the same thing that this will. And you can probably buy 2 Apexes for the price that you're going to spend for this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of a big deal. So, I don't know.
The thing is, if you want, I mean, I'm lucky that over the years I've accumulated several Apex airbrushes that I use for different things. But even if you can only afford one Apex airbrush with a 0.35, what you can also do for 40 quid is get the 0.5 needle nozzle set and the 0.2.
Yeah, you got everything you need then.
And you've got everything you need there. And because it's so easy to change those nozzles and needles, it doesn't put you off. Whereas some airbrushes, to change the nozzle and needle set you
need like a Formula 1 pit crew to get the
it's a hassle. You know, so you just don't do it. So you know, if you are on a budget, and most people are, to be fair, then you won't go far wrong because it will do everything you need it to do for this hobby.
But
you know, if you want to start airbrushing replica photographs and stuff, then yeah, you probably need to look at something else. But
Lubo, just quickly, mate, he's asking about respirators to get for 2K. If I put a link in the chat there, that's a link to all the products I use in my videos. If you scroll down, there's 2 respirators in there. It will depend on your budget, but the 3M one is the minimum one I would use with 2K. And even then, it's not properly rated. And then, to be honest, the bigger one isn't properly rated, but it's the best protection you'll get. Individual ability has a lot to do with the airbrushes as well.
Yeah.
You can go and spend 370 quid
yeah.
on a custom micron airbrush. It's not a magic wand.
No.
It's not going to magically make you a professional airbrusher.
Oh.
And you may as well have pissed that money against the wind.
Yep.
Because it's not going to instantly make you a better airbrusher, and you may never get the full potential out of that airbrush.
Yeah.
I had one. I used it for mottling, paintwork, doing panel lines, maybe a bit of exhaust staining on bikes. That's it.
Yeah.
But that's a 370 quid airbrush. I could do the same job with the Procon that Andy's got there for 100 quid less. I could do the same job with the iWatt HP B Plus for another 100 quid less. And I know I can do it with the UMP Apex with the 0.2mm needle, because I've got me on camera doing it in my bike build for the cost of an Apex and 20 quid for an extra nozzle.
Yeah.
So you got to then warrant how much you spend along that range. I'll admit, using the Apex to the 370 quid custom micron, the custom micron is a little bit easier to use because it's a true precision tool.
But
the downside to the likes of the custom, the downside to the likes of the custom micron is, from my memory, if you bend the needle, it's 70 quid for a needle.
Yeah. And it's very easy to bend the needle.
Very easy to do. In fact, I'll go look at the price of that because I've
it is. Mr. Morgan's got a custom micron.
Yeah. I think the nozzle's about 30-40 quid.
Yeah.
Nozzles are expensive as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the downside. So as somebody who's maybe starting up, have you got that budget to replace that? Because you will bend it.
Yeah.
You will bend it. But who in here has bent their Apex needle?
No. Zero. Zilch.
Because it's much easier to...
I have. I've bent one, and it wasn't on mine. It was one I was doing for a customer. I thought I put the airbrush back together and pushed the needle in the back. I hadn't put the nozzle on. It went straight into my hand, hit my bone. And I bent the needle, and that hurt. I had to put a new needle in that and throw it away. It's the only time I've bent one.
This is one of the old hardened Steenbeck needles that went.
That's what happens when you look at them.
Yeah, but no. The pointy end. I must confess, I use for applying CA glue.
Okay.
And that's a very expensive toothpick, I can tell you. Yeah. Even that brass one is not as expensive as.
Okay, listen to this for spare pricing cost, right? So the needle's not as expensive as I thought. The needle's 25 quid, but that's 2 to 3 times more than others. But the needle nozzle, right? And if you've used an iWatt, the needle nozzle is that little tiny nozzle.
Right.
That if you've had one, you have to try and fiddle on screen. You drop them on the floor and have to try and find them. 53 quid.
Exactly.
Now, if you drop and damage that airbrush, the whole needle nozzle assembly at the front, the bit you screw off to get to your needle nozzle, if you break that, that's 160 quid.
Yeah.
160 quid for the head of the airbrush. Even things like the spring guide, not the spring, the screwing thing at the back that does the tension, 30 quid.
Yep.
Eek.
One of those. The needle PTF seal, 20 quid. So this is what you've got to bear in mind. As a novice or a beginner, if you damage that, you potentially could have bought 2 Apexes for the cost of what it cost you to repair it.
Exactly.
Harder and Steenbeck's prices are a little bit less. I think a needle nozzle set for a harder is about 30 quid.
Yeah.
And I know they've got their new ones out, the V2s, or whatever they're called, but I believe they're still damaged quite easy. It's just because it's a tool that's meant for a different job. So if you were to spray just lacquers through a harder Steenbeck, you will barely have to strip it down. because lacquers are a thinner paint, they clean out easier. You start putting Vallejo model air through there, like I did, and it blocks. You've got the whole thing in bits, and for some reason, that needle nozzle on the hard is an absolute pig to clean.
Yep,
really is a nightmare to clean. So you just gotta you've got to look, do your research, have a look around. I've got reviews of nearly these airbrushes on our channel. I've had them all over the years, and that's the difference with me. Unlike a lot of people, I've owned these things and used them for a while. The only one I've ever got that I didn't like or use long was the Eclipse. I just wasn't a fan of it. But Lee's got a review on the channel, and he liked it. So, yeah, Andy's got a question. Do you think it's necessary to have more than one airbrush for paint, primer, 2K, etc.? Right. No. No, it's not. The only thing, if you're a regular car modeler, I would say to definitely have is one for paint and one for your clear. It's so easy to get contaminants in that clear, be it metal flakes, paint flakes, whatever. As a car modeler, and I'm guessing your car was saying 2K, I would always have a separate airbrush for 2K. If you're an armor aircraft modeler, you can get away with one airbrush all day long. Now, we're going back into the thing of paint now. So if you were only using lacquer paints with lacquer primers, just putting lacquer through Harder Steenbeck Evolution or an Iwater Eclipse or HPC Plus, or even the Apex, anything like that, once you start introducing different paint types into there, be it UMP Primer, Vallejo Model Air, Model Color, Life Color, anything water-based paints do not like lacquer. And what you'll get is a congealed mess. And that can either fully block the airbrush, to which you've got an absolute nightmare of stripping it down, or you'll get the problem I think a lot of people get is they think the airbrush is clean, but in reality it's not. And I've even seen a little flap of paint that's not there when I look through the nozzle one time. You blow through it, it blocks the thing because it's just flapping closed as it goes through. So you're getting different types of paint contaminating each other. So for me, I've got two lacquer brushes, both Apexes, one 1.35, 1.2, one 0.2. The 0.35 is what I use 90% of the time, and I use the 0.2. I'm going in a little bit closer. I've got smaller parts to paint. I've got a 0.35 I use with primer, and that's just for UMP primer, nothing else. That's all I use it for. I've got one for 2K. I've got a 0.2 for metallics because I like to have a little bit more control of my metallic paints. And I've got one for UMP washes as well because I don't want to get those contaminated with any paints. And I probably strip my airbrushes down. I did them the other day, didn't I, on a live show?
Yeah.
3 months, and they're not that dirty even when I do that because they're being cleaned with a proper medium for the paint.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. I only use lacquer thinner and UMP cleaner, sorry. That's all I use. The paints are being kept with their own thinners or the appropriate thinner. You get no cross contamination. You're not getting any metal flakes, which will linger around your airbrush a lot more than you think. You use metallic paint, clean your airbrush, leave some lacquer thinner in there or whatever, leave for an hour, come back and black flow it and watch those metal flakes appear out of nowhere. So if you're using that for your 2K, that goes into your 2K coat then. So for me, if you're a car modeler, I would definitely have two. I would definitely have a 2K one and one general. But as long as you keep them clean, but that's the issue then, because you can go there in the morning and prime something with, say, UMP Primer or Stan or Res. Then in the afternoon think, oh, I can do my base color now. So you chuck a bit of lacquer in there and spray that. And then you clean that out. And you come back later on thinking, oh, I'll do that metalwork now. I'll use AK Extremes, which are enamels. You've introduced 3 different paint types there that don't really like each other. Lacquer and enamels aren't too bad. And you'll start to get issues with the airbrush. And then there's the problem. My airbrush isn't spraying. What's wrong? Because they put UMP cleaner, thinner primer back in, and it won't spray then. Mm-hmm. Well, it won't spray. It was working fine this morning. It's not clean. It is. I've definitely cleaned it. I bet it's not. Because those paints have congealed inside the wall of the nozzle and they've constricted the flow then. And the only way you can do that is by taking it apart, cotton buds, brushes, cleaning it. So imagine doing that after every time you paint. It'd be a nightmare. And I used to have to do it every time. When I had my Hardin Steenbecks, I used to physically strip the airbrush down and clean it after every session. Whereas the Apex, I clean it, backflow it, ditch it, clean it, leave a bit of thinner in it, come back later, it works fine. So it's one of those. It's yeah, personal choice.
My Harder and Steenbeck, I seldom use it, and so when I do use it, I deep clean it, and I spend ages on it, and I deep clean it to the best of my ability. Now, it's been sat there for a wee while. It hasn't been used since the last deep clean, and I've just deep cleaned it there, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's the muck that came out of the nozzle. There's 4, and that's the muck that came out of the nozzle after a deep clean.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've just deep cleaned it again.
Yeah.
And I bet you, if I go back in a day or two's time and do the same again, I'll still get crud out of that nozzle.
I could grab my lacquer brush now that I've been using since I cleaned that. A couple of weeks ago that I cleaned them on camera, a week ago. Can't remember now. And I know I'll get a little bit of paint out of it, but it works absolutely perfect because I'm using the right media and the right cleaner with it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you don't need multiple airbrushes. It just makes your life a lot easier. A lot easier. This is another thing. It's a point of contention this as well, and this is probably going to piss a few people off. I do this hobby to do the modeling.
Yeah.
I don't do it to sit there all day cleaning the bloody airbrushes because that's not the hobby. I also see other advice, and this might ruffle a few feathers, of people asking about sanders. You get people saying, just stick sandpaper to lollipop sticks. That's great. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'd rather spend that hour modeling than sticking bits of frigging sandpaper to a stick. Yeah. And that's just me. If you want to do it, that's fine. To me, that's not the hobby.
No.
This is the hobby. And it might be a point of contention, whatever. And it's like, again, it's easy for me to say I sell sanders. So I am going to want people to buy sanders. But even before it did, I never stuck bits of sandpaper to a stick.
I think the thing is with the hobby, there is because even 10 years ago, probably, bespoke sanders and everything, they weren't really available. No. People were using, nail files, or they were sticking bits of sandpaper to lollipop sticks or whatever. So that kind of traditional approach is still around, and you'll still get that advice. For me, and I appreciate, again, everyone's budget is different.
Yeah.
But I want to pick up a product that I literally pick it up and use it. I don't have to fanny about for a day making a set of sanders. I can go to UMP, and there are others available.
Yeah, it's loads.
They're not as good, but I can go to UMP and I can buy a set of sanders that turn up, and I put them on my bench, and I pick it up and I use it. And then that afternoon that I would have, like you say, spent making sanders, I can actually spend putting a model together.
If you want to sit there and make sanders, we're not criticizing you for that. I'm talking about my experience. Would you lot want to see, right, guys, here's my next car build. Right, we're going to build this. First of all, I'm going to make these and sit there for half an hour.
Spend the day making a bit so to flip it. It's like
I bet people would actually like to see someone make sanders, and that's fine. But I don't want to do that. I want to model.
It's like these things, these oil brushes from MIG.
Yeah, they're convenience product.
They're convenient. I can literally pick it out, give it a shape, and use it. I don't have to mess around thinning oil paint and everything else.
Yeah.
It's a personal choice. Now, some people, for them, part of the hobby is creating their own washes, creating their own tools, and all that stuff. That's fine. But then what that you will get is the criticism online.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a gimmick product. No, it's not a gimmick product. It's just a product that you buy and can use straight away. It's.
I know we're taking the mickey out of that AK spatula thing, spreader.
Yeah.
I was more taking the mickey out of the name they're given that. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
But if you enjoy making your own sanders, thinners, washers, whatever, go for it. It's no problem. For me, this is my hobby. Even this is crap.
I just want
Okay.
to put stuff together. You know?
Yeah,
Badly.
no, it's a funny thing. Everyone's opinions are different. Opinions like arseholes, and everyone wants to hear them.
Yeah.
Everyone's
And that's
got
why,
one.
really, like you were saying earlier, choose your source, stick to it, and be consistent, and you will see the benefits of it. Consistency is what you need. You know, if you say, I don't know, you watch a video, a YouTube video on weathering armor, and you follow it to the letter. Now, bearing in mind, the person that's made that video has probably been weathering armor in that way for a long time. They've got it down pat. It's almost second nature to them. So they do it, and it looks great. You then try their technique, and it doesn't quite look like what they've done, because it's the first time you've done it. The worst thing you can do then is go, that doesn't work, I'll try something else. That doesn't work because it doesn't look like theirs, I'll try something else. Pick a technique that you're happy with, and then consistency, and do it over and over, and you will get the results. But if you're flitting between different techniques and advice, you're never going to perfect any of them. You know?
I'll give you a good bit of advice for anyone, even anyone who's, you know, not new to it. Every build, try a different technique. Just one, something different. Even if it's something you think, I've got this down to a fine art now, how I use these metallic paints, or how I add this detail. Just try a different way. That's why you'll see me flip between all different primers, paints, metal finishes, because I just muck around until I think, you know what, I prefer that. I love the AK Extremes. They're lovely paints, but they're enamel. And what did I notice recently? Handling the part on the 037 interior, I was rubbing off the enamel paint because it's not quite fully cured. Whereas stuff I painted in the lacquer was perfect. And I found myself losing that. And I thought, mental note, parts in future, if it's something I've got to handle a lot, don't do it in the AK Extremes. Because I'll use lacquer, dries quicker, dries harder. If you want to push yourself, try something new with every build. Just pick a different process or technique.
It's like, so the Warhammer stuff. There's so many tutorials, videos on how people paint those figures. So I'd never tried the Games Workshop do a range of, they're called contrast paints. So they're very, very thin, and you build up the layers. And I'd never tried it. I was worried about it because I'd never done it. So I painted this little wolf using the contrast paints.
Yeah.
It looks okay, but it was a little bit too dark in places where I went a little bit heavy with the contrast paint and built it up a bit too much. But because I learned from that build, on this wall, it looks better.
Yeah. Does it?
And on the next one I do, it'll look better than that one, because it's that consistency and trying different things. And
you know, the biggest one for me lately was when I put that bloody life color set on top of the challenge. I was like, that looks freaking awful. I've got to get that off really quick. Right, I've screwed this up. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, don't use that. That was sold that afternoon on Facebook. Not using that again. I got the same effect, but better, with our washes, a bit of pigment, and a bit of buff LP, whatever the bloody hell it is, wherever it's gone. And yeah, then that was my old technique for doing it.
Yeah. That's years old, isn't it, for armor? That's
yeah.
Really
well, that goes back to the 70s. That it works. Works really well. But I thought I'll try something new, so I went out and purposely bought 3 life color sets. Realized they were both shit and got rid of them. Well, I did. One really ruined my model. Put it on for that looks bloody awful. That sat there for 2 hours with a cotton bud, wiping it all off. Yeah, don't do that again. But the other thing as well, if you do try new techniques, don't try too many at once.
Yeah,
because you'll lose track of what's worked and what hasn't.
Yeah, I got caught out with that. I was in the early days. I would look for some YouTube builds, and they would have a technique for doing something, and you look at the same build with different techniques, and you think, right, you've really just got to pick one and give it a go, as Luke says, and then if it doesn't work, move on.
Yeah.
But you're just saturated with information, and I guilty. So
we're probably at the time now where there's so much information
which is a good
at our disposal, be it either research.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need to buy books anymore. Jesus Christ! If I want a picture of anything, you just go and Google images, and there it is.
It's there.
For resource material, for techniques, YouTube. Again, you got to be careful. It's a bit of a minefield. And for Christ's sake, if you buy 10-year-old paints, don't fill them up to the neck with lacquer thinner.
No.
That bloody. I'm not going to name names, but what a stupid bit of advice to give out.
Yeah.
It doesn't thin them enough.
No.
I think you only get about 8 mil of thinner in there if you're lucky. So it's not even 50% thinned.
Yeah.
I think that.
So I have that on my bench all the time. It's just an A4 notepad.
Yeah.
And if I'm trying a new technique or a new paint ratio or whatever it is, I'll just make a note of it.
Yeah.
Because particularly if you build a lot, you're never going to remember the paint ratio that you use for that particular color. Or if it doesn't work, you cross it out, you try it again. And once you get something that works, make a note of it that you can then refer back to months later if you need to, and go, that's how I've done that, that's gave me that effect. Or it's because you're never going to remember it all. You're never going to remember it.
That's why I like my videos, because I can just go back and watch the video and go, oh yeah. People go, what colour did you use for that? Well, I haven't got a clue. Can't remember. Forget now.
I don't know.
And that is a great thing about YouTube and having your own channel.
Yeah.
Because you're almost documenting your progression through the hobby in a very visual way. And it's there, and you can go back and watch it yourself and go, that's how I did that. Or,
do you know the baddest bit of reference I've got, and I still use it to this day, is when I built this, which funny enough was 8 years ago, would you believe it? When I did the wiring, I made sure to take pictures of wherever it was.
Yeah.
Even to this day, when I need to put something up on the wall, because it's a battened wall with all the wiring in, with cladding on. I go back to those pictures, look at it thinking, there's a wire there. Right, I'll move her over a little bit and I know I'm clear there. Even to this day, I go back and look at that. And it keep references for everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything.
Yeah, I did the same when I plugged in or when I refitted the new cooker.
Yeah.
I took the old one out and took pictures of, just because being dyslexic, I can easily cross wires over, and that's not something you want to do.
No.
So
especially if you're holding them.
But yeah.
I have to go back, right? Even like on this build I'm doing now, where I started 2 weeks ago, however long it was. I get to the end, go to type my post ISM and think, what bloody colour primer did he use?
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch the video and go, oh, it was white. I thought it was grey. Things like that. You just lose track of it.
I mean, been modeling for years. You just can't remember all of that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't get any better with age.
No.
That's
as you get older,
that's why I've started to write things down.
Yeah. As you get older, slightly less important stuff starts getting pushed out your head, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you start to forget things that you should remember. Like, the hell was that?
I mean, not even modelling related. So when I first started in the ambulance service, so something as simple as every hospital that has an A&E department, and there is an ambulance entrance to that. Obviously, you don't go through the public entrance. And probably about 95% of them have a key code.
Yeah.
Like an electronic keypad to open the doors. Now, when I first started, I didn't write any of that down. I just used to be able to remember it. Now I carry a little notepad in my top pocket because I just have a blank, I started writing stuff down. It's getting older.
Bad news, look, it gets worse.
I think I've ruined my brain with modelling stuff. It's particularly the Warhammer stuff. Wow, yeah. There's no room for key codes in mine, but I need to write them down.
Yeah, I think my biggest bugbear of this hobby is misinformation. It absolutely drives me nuts. You see, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you can't do this. You know, one that really pisses me off, and it's floating around a lot lately. You can't put lacquers over acrylic.
Ah, yeah.
You can't put acrylic over lacquers. Well, that's funny. I know they swore then. I do it every flipping day. Every day on camera with good results. So you're talking utter shit. What you can't do is put enamel over fresh acrylic or acrylic or lacquer over fresh enamel. That's it. As long as everything's cured. So if you wait 2-3 weeks for enamel, and that's not taking the piss, that's being honest. You can put wherever you want over the top. I hate that bit of information. Hate it. There's even a bloody chart knocking round. There's even a chart knocking round with it on.
I saw that, yeah.
I'm like, it's just utter bullshit. I know for a fact I can go spray acrylic wherever, then in an hour put lacquer over it or enamel.
Yeah.
And I'll have no issue at all. None. I never have.
The thing that annoys me more not so much the misinformation, but when you comment on something and people start to get butthurt.
Oh,
because you're disagreeing with what they're saying.
Yeah.
But for example, so putting lacquer over acrylic, like you say, you do that pretty much every single day. It's documented on video, you doing it, and then someone gets upset because you disagreed with them. But then when you go and try and find their work, there's nothing.
Yep.
There's nothing posted in a public place, public forum, whatever.
I get people arguing with me about my own products. Because when I post on a different group, they don't know I'm part of UMP. And they'll put, like, because everyone uses UMP. It was the other day, UMP MiG one shot Steiner Res primer. And I put my post in there. Someone disagreed with me. I was like, it's my bloody product. I use it every day. I know what I can do with it, thanks. Because that's what it was. He was telling that. Do you remember? Somebody said you need to spray 25 psi, and the guy came back. Oh no, you don't. It's too high. You need to spray it about 12. And I come back now. Actually, you need to spray it at such and such. Blah 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 blah. I said, well, Badger states you need to, and they're the manufacturers, and this is actually our product, and I spray it every day. Oh, it's not set in stone. Blah blah blah. I was like, God, and that's the one that came back telling me he was a IPMS amps judge, like that was some kind of freaking dick swinging competition or something. So you got someone arguing with your own product. You got no hope at all. No.
And in the end, the bad advice did not help a modeler who was struggling.
Absolutely.
I had to lead the Mission Models group because they were all adamant at me that you couldn't thin it with UMP primer.
Yeah, you can.
And I was like, I've got it on bloody film.
Yeah.
The owner won't speak to me anymore because he sent me the paint to review. And I told him I'd use our thinner because I'm going to, because it's our channel. When I put the video out, he never spoke to me again. He called me, blanked me.
But
that's the one, Peter. Yeah, it's Tamiya's chart. He's right. Tamiya's got a chart for the paint compatibility. That's the one. Yeah. It's what a load of rubbish.
Yeah. And that video with the Mission Models paint that you did years ago now, wasn't it?
Oh, a long time ago.
Years ago. I watched that because, to be fair to Mission Models, this particular colour, which is their British Sand AFV, that is the closest colour I found to modern British desert yellow. They're
good paints, those Mission Models.
Yeah, fantastic.
They are very good paints.
Colour. But I watched your video because when I first bought it, and I was like, right, do I need the polyurethane additive? Do I need this, that, and the other, which they recommend? I thought I'll just try it with UMP thinner. I watched your video. So behind me, the AS90, the Challenger 2, the Husky are all sprayed with Mission Models with UMP thinner.
Yeah.
It works.
I got into full blown arguments on there. People telling me I'm wrong. They're getting quite vindictive as well. and you know I'm not one to back down.
No,
Ever. And I thought, you know what? So I just left the group. I was like, so just you stick to your own opinions.
it does work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fickle old world out there. Silly people.
Yep.
We've got some chat to catch up on there. Does anyone want to read that?
Yeah, I'll have a look, mate. I'll have a look.
Oh,
I'm just
interesting.
trying
Doing
to.
research at the moment on this car.
We got a book.
Yuval is saying harder and steamboat were never meant for acrylics with latex in them. Water-based only.
Even with water-based, they struggle, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, with acrylics. Luke Ward's saying he can attest to that. He has one apex for everything and can do a full breakdown clean after priming with UMP since I use lacquer colours, but it's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy's thanking Paul. Brian Windmill's in, saying hello. Good
Hello,
afternoon,
Brian.
All right.
Peter Pitkin saying they better make sure they stick the sandpaper on the right way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like I was saying, we're not dissing anyone who does that. We're not having a go at that. I think it's
That's
just
part
our
of your opinion.
personal opinion that, you know, I'd rather spend that hour doing this. Well, actually, not doing this. This is boring as hell.
Yeah.
But you know, put it into the hobby, because I didn't start a hobby to make sanders. Well, I did actually, because I do.
You took it to the extreme.
I took it to the extreme. Yeah.
Gary Ride the Wind is in saying morning all. Just roll out of bed. He was building until 4:30 this morning. Yeah, I know what that's like.
You legend.
CISO's off, saying stay safe.
See you, mate.
Steve Totally Scout One is saying he thinks the UMP sanders are great. He only uses those. He has nail files in his drawers, but never used them.
When I first started this hobby, I used nail files from Superdrum. They last about 2 minutes, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
So, real quick,
if it's any consequence, my missus robs my UMP sanders for her nails now.
Yeah.
If you look on my bench here, there's what, seven or so sanders, all UMP, different grits, different types. A joy to use. Still have a drawer here that, let me see, what is this? You know, this was an old, I don't know, this came from a beauty supply place for doing fingernails.
Not one of those California ones, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's a tropical shopping.
Yeah, that's the one I've heard people use.
Okay, it's okay if you don't have a lot of money and you're struggling and you need something that works. This will get by. Okay, but if money's not an issue, then these are fun, and they're not expensive.
I mean, there's the thing, and there's my box of UMP sanders. I mean, that's my original sponge, my first ever spongy I brought, which I still use because as they wear down, they become more useful for other things. For just say.
That's exactly why. Look, I have two.
Yeah.
So I've got a worn one there that's battered and torn and everything because I've been using it for months.
Yep.
And a fairly new one, and even that new one, I've cut it down on the edge, so I can get it into a tight area.
Yeah.
So it's the thing, But at the end of the day, any sander will do the job.
I mean, and that one sander there has probably built 20 plus cars easily.
Never know, one day it might be a good one as well.
Yeah. Exactly. So they're good value for money. They last well, providing you don't abuse them. Of course, that's the thing.
Richard Lamb's off. Richard Stella has replaced him. Saying morning from Los Angeles.
Hello, mate.
Andy's saying he's been out of the hobby for about 20 years until 12 months ago, and the amount of advice that you guys provide is brilliant, and UMP products are fantastic.
Excellent, mate. Glad to help.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Luke was saying he was told he cannot mix lacquer and acrylic paint both to Mia, but he thought, screw it, I'll try anyway, and it worked lovely.
Yeah, you can mix Tamiya lacquer, Mr. Color Lacquer, Mr. Hobby Aqueous, Tamiya XF. They're all mixed together perfectly fine.
Yeah,
You
so
can mix live color with Vallejo. They
Uh-huh.
just keep the mediums together. They mix together.
Yeah.
The one thing that I would add to that is to, if you're going to do that, do some research and make sure that you are using lacquer-based paints and water-based paints separately.
That's where the Tamiyas differ, isn't it? The X and XF, because they're alcohol.
Yes.
Alcohol
Because
based.
They're like people keep calling them hybrids. I wouldn't call them hybrids. They're just
Like,
they're
for instance, your Mission Models paint
Mhm.
is water-based paint. Your Vallejos are water-based paints. Best used with an acrylic thinner, or I don't want to say water, but an acrylic thinner. And your Tamiya are, again, the hybrids, alcohol based, and you can use these with lacquer or acrylic thinners.
You can thin those, and this is someone was saying the other day. I've thinned those with water when I first got into this hobby. Doesn't spray great, but it still goes down.
Yeah.
You can thin it with white spirit. It still works. Not the greatest, but it does work. You can thin it with general store lacquer thinner, and it works. Mr. Hobby leveling thinner, Tamiya thinner, Tamiya's own thinner, X20A, UMP thinner. It's just such a versatile paint.
Yeah.
And
very forgiving.
as you get more experience, you'll come to understand that to get a different result out of the paint, you can use a different thinner.
Yeah.
So
if you want an ultra matte Tamiya finish,
Leveling.
no, ultra matte, use R thinner.
Yes.
It makes those paints go so matte. It's such a good effect. If you want them to level, as Luke said, use the leveling thinner. It's different. There's so many different ways. And the only way you're going to figure out is by doing it yourself. We were chatting to Claire yesterday about 2K, weren't we? And you can spray spoons all day long. Yep. Spraying a car body is different. The only way you're going to get good at doing that is by doing it. And even 100+ car bodies in, I still screw mine up every now and then. Put a little bit too much paint down or get a little slight run or whatever. It's just one of those. As with anything, whether you be an airline pilot, race car driver, you've got all the best equipment in the world. What's the weakest link in it all?
The human.
The human, because humans by nature error.
Yep.
And that's it. So it goes back to you. You have the best tools in the world. It's you that'll screw it up.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're the weak point, unfortunately.
We are the weakest link.
Yeah.
Definitely. So where are we up to?
We have to change these to Sunday morning rant, aren't we?
Yeah, that's all we do. We do.
God, we're not live on a Monday morning.
David's saying, do you think a lot of the RAS are because people can hide behind their keyboard and they're probably different face to face?
Yeah.
That's any internet based, not just modeling, mate.
Yep. No.
Keyboard warriors.
Every year, bar not last year, the year before, someone said they're going to come over and smack me in the face.
And no one ever has.
No one ever has. I'm not saying they never will, but I'm there. Everyone knows where I am. I'm there every year. Yeah, I've been threatened nearly every year, and it's usually by someone that's either been adminned on the Facebook page, because let's face it, you don't like being told off, do you, for doing stuff, especially as an adult.
No one does.
No one does. But there's times you just gotta stop your lip quivering, suck it up, get on with it, and think, yeah, okay, maybe I've done that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then realize that if you break a rule and you get told, don't do that, if you argue over the rule, you're probably going to get an admin even more and thrown off the group.
Yep.
And that's happened. I've physically been threatened with violence over that before. I got called a stuck-up modelling. See you next Tuesday because I threw somebody off ISM.
Which
because
is
we talk about politics. They were talking about politics. Like, we don't talk about politics on here.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't politics. It was economics. Oh, bugger off.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that's not political at all, is it?
Joe is saying it must be something like that, David, as he sees the same on every carp fishing group he's in on Facebook. Yeah, it's social media, mate. It's social media.
Social media group mentality.
Yeah. Yuval's saying about different. Yeah. Okay, we can read that.
I go read that now.
Peter saying, do you do any 30 grit? He'll start using them on his toes, otherwise he'll continue with his Dremel.
No, we're our biggest ones, 180.
Williams Model Garage is saying, good morning, Paul and the crew and everyone in chat.
Oh, Don.
Luke Ward is saying, yeah, they're acrylic paints with an alcohol carrier. People say they're essentially lacquer, though they are still acrylic as they use acrylic compounds as the film forming materials. Yeah.
They only become a lacquer when you put lacquer thinner in there. Full stop, it's an acrylic all day long because that's the actual.
The carrier medium, isn't it?
Yeah, it becomes a lacquer when you put lacquer thinner in it.
Gary Rodwin is saying, I was using LP, then Tamer's XF Red Clear this morning and clean the apex with lacquer thinner. No issues with mixing.
No, you won't. You clean out in a heartbeat. You just got to be careful of that lacquer thinner, like we were saying with water-based. A lot of the water-based paints do not like lacquer thinner.
Goes very goopy.
Yeah,
so
it's a nightmare.
If you're going to clean your airbrush out with lacquer thinner, which I do all the time, before you spray a shot, if you're doing work at the bench, before you spray an acrylic, spray some acrylic thinner through your airbrush first.
Yeah. I will admittedly, even when I've cleaned for the apex for UMP primer, if I know I'm going to prime for a day or two, I will blast through a little bit of lacquer thinner at the end, just to fully clean out any malarkey in there. Malarkey, what a name for paint. But if you do that, as Andy says, once you blast it through the lacquer, stick a bit of, say, a UMP acrylic cleaner in there.
Yeah. So
that next time you come to do it, you're not putting any paint into lacquer.
Yeah.
I did that the other day with something. What did I do? I cleaned out my 2K airbrush with lacquer thinner just before I used it, which I always do, even though it's cleaned from the last session. Before I 2K, I always blast through a full color cup of lacquer thinner, and I let it evaporate and then spray it again to get the last remnants. I must not got the last remnants because I had a little bit of reaction on the 2K. I got a fisheye off it.
Yeah.
That's all it can be. There's nothing else in there.
Yeah, everyone really echoed it. Ronald's saying for matte, which thinner, except UMP, mate.
UMP will make it ultra matte.
Yuval is saying, Paul, if I just knew you were alive.
Where you live.
Where you live. Yes, sorry, that's me.
999. I live at 999. Let's be having you. What are you going to say, Al?
I was going to say, just Luke want to borrow my glasses too, because it's getting
maybe. Peter's saying this is a ransom raid, guys. I love it. Yeah, and there we go. Well,
this is quite popular talk for us like this. All this, we quite often share posts we find on Facebook. I'm all over Facebook, like you wouldn't believe. I am everywhere.
Pigeon on a pasty.
Eh?
Like a pigeon on a pasty.
Like a tramp on chips. Yep. I am everywhere. 9 times out of 10, I'll see it. And we do find some quite humorous stuff, don't we?
Yep.
You're just like, what the hell is... I don't mean work. I don't mean we're not horrible like that. But people just giving information out. And I hate to say it. Sorry, Andy. A lot of that misinformation comes from a lot of the American sites.
Yeah.
It really just seems to breed that contention.
Yeah.
It's because there's so many of you. But just the sheer rubbish I see posted round. You know, another one that gets on my nerves while we're ranting. Somebody will put a post up going, I've cracked my screen. I've lost my wing. I've broke this from a model. Any advice? And you always get someone in the comments going, make a crash diorama. It's like, I don't think he wants to. I think he wants to finish his model properly.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, if that was the case, I'd have a whole shelf full of crash dioramas. He's not asking, you know, I've wrecked this. Should I stick a tarp over it?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, he's asking for help. He wants a spare screen, or, you know, is there any way of fixing this? Make a crash diorama. I tell you what's also a funny game to play. This is Norman. This got me doing this. People who put up I'm gonna get some hate today off this. I can feel it. People who put up a poster, what should I build next? And it's a blatant flex on the stash, which is fine. You want to show I show my model room. It's great. Just show your stash. Go, there's my stash. Can I see yours? Pick something that isn't there.
Yeah.
What should I build next? My favorite one's P-51 Mustang. It's like a stack full of car models. I haven't got one of them. I'm gonna put. Oh, okay. That's Norman's bad influence on me there. You're gonna show your stash. Be proud of it.
Yeah, done it for a reason.
Oh.
All right, bunch of moaning old gits in here, aren't we now?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I've offended half the internet today.
Right. Richard's got a question. He's saying, anyone ever tried to get parts directly from Ryfield through their website? He's on his third attempt at the very complex M1248 MATV, and there's a couple of screws that are warped.
Contact where you bought it from. Contact where you bought it from, Richard.
Lovely kit, though. Very nice.
For Matt, Richard put, speaking of scar bodies, I pushed a Cadillac Escalade model I did with a pristine finished and a Tamiya Mustang that Paul did a 4 Series build on. Orange peeled on them. Oh, no, that's a shame. Did you read that before?
No, I must have missed that one.
Right, I thought it was repeating stuff then.
Need Alan's glasses.
He's in Los Angeles. Oh, Alice is bringing our ass to shop. Who there? Who there? Is Alice?
You do an unboxing.
I've made this cheese on toast. It was amazing. Ah, Matt's in the chat, Matthew Bertels. Hello, mate.
Hello, Matt. Didn't
get your question, Paul. What question? I read your post, mate. I don't think I asked a question, did I?
No, I don't think so.
You had a problem with orange peel. That's a nightmare, isn't it? Who's on the third beer? Peter. Excellent.
Peter. He's in Japan though, so it's about
he's ahead of us.
Or something.
Is he ahead of us?
They are, aren't they? 3 hours ahead or something.
I can't remember now.
Well, that must be.
Yeah.
How'd you say hello in Japanese again, Alan?
Mexico or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought you were just going to do an accent.
Oh.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, be careful with that. Be careful with that one. Be nice. God, you lot make me panic sometimes when we're talking about stuff like this.
Is it Kenichi?
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. I said I've never been good at language ever.
We've noticed that.
Yeah, sure, with English.
I'm a little worried about that Genki thing, whatever that is.
That means okay.
I think it means you're keeping well. I can't remember.
Are you well? Are you okay?
I think it is, yeah.
Genki is okay.
Yeah. Are you well? Are you okay? Yeah.
Boy, that could easily go the wrong way. Genki.
Professor Gower really put ejection pin marks on the disc face of this kit. They have.
Yes. Sorry, Paul. Richard's there saying he thought you asked him something about ordering from Ryfield. Yeah, he said
contact your supplier wherever you got it from. You regardless where you're on the world, you will have a distributor for them. Contact them, and they will hopefully sort you out. Yeah, on one of the discs on this are 2 ejector pin marks right on the disc face.
No way.
Very good.
Mind you, they're closed wheel on those. Are they, Paul? I know it's not.
I've got PE disc anyway. Luckily.
Yeah.
That's annoying, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
I'm not talking to you. Bloody Alexa piping up. Didn't give it a normal response to give her. I'll take a picture of that. It'd be easy to sort, just a bloody stupid thing to do. Put it on the back.
Peter's giving me lessons there. So it's 9:45 and it's Konbanwa. Konbanwa. I still don't make.
There you go. You'll remember that. We'll have Alan fluent in Japanese next week.
Konbanwa for good evening. Or learn Japanese at ISM.
There you go.
So the Kanochiwa that's okay. Kanochiwa. Is it for more? I'm confused already.
I think it's Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Right.
It's good. Is that good morning then? Is it?
I think it's just hello, isn't it?
Yeah, good day or something.
It's g'day, Cobby Digger pal.
Oh, Nuno's popped something in. Yeah, I'll put a picture of them in the chat. It's loading now. It's not easily sorted. Just why not put them on the back? Hang on, is that the back? No, it can't be.
Ooh.
So these live shows are great for cleaning up parts because you whiz through them without realising you've done them. When you're setting the world to rights, moaning about everything.
Building tank tracks as well.
Yeah.
I won't share that on here.
Nina says, pull the ejector marks on your disc pad, just make it a crash car. I like that thinking.
Where did you post that, Paul? On ISM?
No, it's in our chat, mate.
Was it not?
It's loading, mate. There you go. It's up now. There you go.
Yeah, I've just gone back and read Peter's comment. It says it's 9:45 p.m. My question would be, why are you still only on your fourth beer?
Yeah, that's slow, that, mate. It's 10 to 1 here. And how many have you had, Luke?
Just open my second.
Oh, yeah.
No,
second case.
Sunday, innit? It's day of rest.
Yeah,
2 hours behind us. They're 9 hours in front of you, and we're 11 hours in front of you.
Right.
So the leopard I can see on your bench, Trent.
Yes, it is. I was looking for chat. I couldn't see his bench. Too many people.
Yeah, he's got a leopard on there. Nice.
What's Sean's put there? It's like an episode of the old TV program Grumpy Old Men on here sometimes. I love it.
Yeah. Well, we are.
I was going to do the Matilda, but I thought I'll do a leopard. At least it's the German thing.
Yeah, nice.
I've got 11 minutes. 11 minutes, and it's Monday. So
Peter's
like a coiled spring.
Just start it now.
Start what?
The only true strictness on these group builds is a new kit.
Yeah.
No,
are you doing the NATO camo on it, Trent?
I don't know. It's the bloody. I've done one. I've done the leopard one.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. It's an older kit.
Yeah. Because you could do it if you
Bed full
wanted
of
to.
plastic in it.
You could, if you wanted to.
I want to get the rye-filled one.
Put a heat shield on it and do it as an Afghan scheme, which is the desert yellow.
Yeah. I don't, because as much as I don't know if I can do it. It's a leopard, which is a German tank, but I'll do it in Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I'm building it either.
I think you can. Yeah, it's German origin. I think that passes on it, boys.
It does.
It's German manufactured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still might do the Matilda yet. I still might do the German build.
We could argue that, but it's actually saying any German subject now.
It doesn't bother me if it's not German.
Well, it is technically a German subject. It's a German Leopard 8.
Yeah.
It's just
definitely
on
German.
the build chunk, it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll let you build it and disqualify you.
Oh, it doesn't.
Wait till you finished it. A really good job, and then just go.
I mightn't even do it yet.
Did you start yours yet, Al?
Nope. I've just
Come
been
on.
reading the instructions, taking it all in, you know.
You could have got those intakes filled. They would be ready for you tomorrow when you go home from work.
Yeah, there's no chance of that, yeah.
There's Rancher Stud. Hajima shite. It's nice to meet you, apparently, Luke says.
Okay.
Konnichiwa, Dan.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, gracias.
Oh, hello. It's all on continental.
Espanol.
No habla inglés.
Habla español.
Top of the morning to you.
Oh, he's gone racist. I'm only joking. That's technically prejudice, isn't it? I don't know, is it? Yeah, I don't either way.
Xenophobic is what that is.
We're joking.
Peter saying the night is forever young. Yeah.
I'm
Well, out of interest, Peter, what do you do in Japan? Are you there for work, or because it's not a usual place for a Brit to live, is it?
We don't know a lot about Peter, actually, thinking about it. Has your missus dropped it yet, Dan?
No, she's getting close. Tomorrow she'll go to the doctor and they'll actually set a date for the surgery.
But she's losing the patience now.
Too posh to push.
What?
Too posh to push. They're going to set a date.
Oh, wow.
Too posh to push.
That's a good one. Never heard that one before, but yeah,
that's a new one.
That's how we refer to elective C-section. Too posh to push.
Well, it's not elective, but
yeah, Luke.
Well, it is elective if you're setting a date.
Well, no, because if you had one C-section, then you have to have another.
Yeah, but it's still elective. It's not an emergency.
Anyway. No, the first one.
Moving
the first
on.
one.
Yaval, come and join us. I'm only joking, actually, Yaval. Don't join us at all.
The first one was an
I couldn't
emergency.
handle it. Trust me.
Yeah, but that's the medical term for it, Dan. If it's a scheduled C-section, it's known as an elective C-section.
Oh, okay.
I think Hannah's was elected about 10 minutes before it happened.
I did buy her a push present yesterday, even though she's not pushing.
No new gun, was it?
No,
it's an M4 Carmine.
Bought her a case of wine.
Ah.
Case of wine.
She drank it all. She drank it all.
And a strap of leather.
Is there any left?
And a bottle of aspirin.
Oh.
How have we got watching? We've had a few more viewers lately. Haven't we? We've got 78 now.
78?
It's not bad going. We used to be around 30, 40 on a Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's a nice gentle start to a Sunday.
Yeah. But listen to several old men whinge about everything.
Whinging about the internet.
If you're in the chat watching, you haven't said hello, please say hello. We'd like to see you. Give the feed a thumbs up. Either of you watching on your TV now, you can give thumbs up quite easily.
You can.
Yeah. You never used to at one point, I don't think, could you?
No, you used to have to log in on like a mobile device, didn't you?
Yeah. So, yeah, come on, give us a thumbs up. If you're there watching, I said hello. If you're brand new, say hello. Always good to see new viewers. Where's that ejector pin mark on? There it is.
Dan.
Yes.
Is that the visible? What is it? The invisible V8 or whatever that is?
Yeah.
How is that going together?
Can't be invisible. I can see.
It's I mean, it's pretty good. Everything fits. You have to glue some things and screw some things.
That kit has to be at least 40 years old, something like that.
Yeah, but The one that I built when I was a kid, I think it was bigger.
Okay.
I remember it being bigger, and it had electrics where you could put an LED light at the end of the spark plug wire.
Ah,
I once
grow
built
up,
the,
chunk.
Careful.
Trust the Aussies to lower the tone.
Yeah.
No, someone just walked.
got a great kit about a Wasp 9-cylinder radial, which was like semi see-through as well, a long time ago. It's a brilliant kit.
Mm.
We got Dave saying hello. Hello, Dave. Brian McCarthy says hello. Gary Collins says hello from Toronto, Ontario. Stuart's there. There we go. See, I told you there's people watching.
Yeah.
Always say hello, fellas. Seriously, the more interaction we get, the more we love. Honestly, just say hello. Let us know what you're working on. You got any questions? Pop them in there. Anything like us to rant about, we take requests.
Yeah,
Luke, yeah, go on, Luke. You be back.
Luke, I used to be a muser and came here. Fell in love, worked that out. Stayed here, been here since '85. I outdate all you guys. My birth certificate has an expiry date. Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
It's definitely on my list of places to go. We were going to go this year, but obviously that's not looking likely now. But we're definitely going to go.
Do you remember I said about being threatened with violence?
Yeah.
Stuart sent me a thumbs up. Calm down, Stuart. There's no need to get there. We can talk about this.
Tony's got a question. He's saying, any advice on repairing a broken rubber trap for Challenge 2 to Mia? It was folded in the box and must have put too much strain on the rubber links. What, has it actually snapped?
Have you thought of making a crash diorama? Throw tracks?
Yeah, or depending on, well, it doesn't really matter where the break is, you can staple it.
Staple it or sew it. I know it sounds mental.
Either
Staple
or.
works very well, and just put that link, that bit of the track up at the top.
Put it at the top because the side skirts on that kit will cover it.
Yeah, or you can use cotton and a sewing needle. It works. Well, try Luke's way first. Works really well with the staple on it. Yeah. Or if you want to, you can get a bit of a set of through tracks, but they cost you 30 odd quid.
Yeah.
Or you could.
And he's saying, yeah, it's split in two. Yeah, try stapling it, mate.
Yeah, staple it, mate. It'll work perfect.
Just move the track around like Paul said. So where the damaged bit is, have that at the top, because once you put, well, depending on which version you're building, but all Challenge 2s have side skirts on them. But if you're building the desertized version, pretty much other than the front and rear, the track is hidden anyway by the armor and the canvas skirt. You'll struggle to glue it, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you are going to glue those tracks, I believe the vulcanized rubber glue there's in puncture repair kits works well on it.
We were talking about that. What was it? Friday after the live show. We were talking about Claire about rubber band.
Yeah, apparently it works really well. I've never used it, but apparently it works.
No, I haven't. No, I staple them.
Yeah, staple them works great. Don't follow the instructions. Try and heat them and fold them over. It doesn't really work. Super glue doesn't work. Model glue doesn't work.
No.
A bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest.
And Tony's saying, yeah, he's doing the desertized version. Yeah, staple it, mate. Put it at the top. You'll never see it.
She says, yeah, sorry, spell check out. It's a thumbs up. She has to talk about this. Calm down, Stu. Just calm down. We can talk about it, mate. Put the shovel down. Yes, desertized. Matt Dunk says hello, guys. Hello. Wayne Saunders as well says hello.
Hello, Wayne.
Hello, mate. Christian says hello to all. Hello, that's what we like to see. Craig says he's working on the Revel Samba bus. Oh, no.
Yes.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My advice, I built one tail end of last year. I built it for my daughter. So I'm guessing the issue you're having, as I had, is that the body is in several pieces. And if you try and close the doors, they don't work. So my advice would be, do it as good a job as you can on the interior, and then when you put the body together, have it with the doors open, and build it in that way, and that'll make your life a lot easier than trying to work those pathetic hinges to make the doors open and close. Yeah.
This shovel's put away.
I built the 16th and the 24th version of the Samba bus.
Yeah.
Doors work fine.
That's one word for it. Well, two words.
My God, I wonder what the hell was on the floor next to Dan. I was looking, I think, what the hell is that moving around to child's head?
It's a child.
I can see it. I was like, what the hell is that? I thought Dan had no trousers on.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Fell off my walker the other day. Face planted.
Oh, no.
Busted her lip.
Oh, no.
Bled like a stuck pig.
Oh, dear. She all right?
Yeah.
Craig saying, thanks for the advice. He was going to do a VW Samba Bush crash dial.
Maybe you could combine it with Tony's Challenger.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it goes together easier if you're posing it with the doors open. So what I did, because as you would have found out, the hinges are not fit for purpose at all. So I used a very thin drill bit, and actually drilled into the hinges, and then just put a very small piece of brass wire into the hinge to pose the doors open. They won't work as in they'll open and close, but it just means those, because I had to post it from Birmingham all the way to Bournemouth. So I wanted those, I was going to pose it open, but I wanted it secure, and that's how I did it. Stuart saying, on the stash front, 2 more airliner kits arrived yesterday, both with Valve 144th, Boeing 7878 Dreamliner, and an Airbus A320 Neo. Nice. Dreamliner, that's the one with the, it's like a double decker in it. Is that the one?
That's the Airbus A380.
Yeah.
Dreamliner's just a single deck.
They're not small, are they?
Which one? The A380. Neither of them are small planes, but the A380s are massive. You look at them, you think, how the hell do they get off the ground?
Science.
Yeah, where my own.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Where the station that I work out of, it's not my station, obviously, but it's on the flight path for Birmingham Airport. And not recently, but certainly last year, you could see those coming in to land, so they're quite low.
Yeah.
And wow, they're not a small bit of kit, are they?
No. Huge.
Peter saying, Luke is retired now, but still teach English to nurses, physios, occupational therapists, radiology students at university there. I'm the Erdington guy, by the way. Convey this to Dan. Generate those T cells. Excellent. He's from Erdington. That's why he knows about foul in certain restaurants in Birmingham. Erdington, yeah, I work out of Birmingham North Hub, which is now in Erdington, the Tyburn route, which would have been long after you left, I'm sure. So are you fluent in Japanese, Peter? I'm guessing you are if you've been there that long. I wouldn't imagine that's an easy language to learn either.
Well, don't tell them that, Andy. We'll lose viewers.
That's me buggered, isn't it?
Why?
It's not an easy language to learn.
Oh. Ah, Gary's gives us a thumbs down. Oh, but what if Hannah's having fun? Hannah had to box up all those pigments.
Oh.
1,500 of them. And she's decided to move around our living room today a little bit.
Never stops, that girl, does she? Never stops.
No.
Sit on the sofa and watch crap.
Oh, she does from time to time. Usually falling asleep because she's absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
Now we've got to put James's. We've got a whole corner of the room that we gave James and put all tables there for us to play on. It's basically a Lego storage area.
Yeah.
All it's become. So we're going to move them by the windows now because he's doing literally. He's got a school desk. A school desk in the living room now, and it's obviously better to work by the window, isn't it? For light and that.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to move some things around.
Is Hannah holding up well with the homeschooling with James?
Yeah, it's hard work.
Yeah,
but he's coping really well. He gets upset occasionally. He does miss school. And he does break down every now and then. To be honest, I think he's using it as an excuse now to cry and stop working. He's cottoned on that work stops if he starts crying.
Yeah.
But he's coped really, really well.
I say homeschooling is difficult. It really is.
Oh, Hannah's done absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Doing that. Yeah. Brian's saying, "Wow, bit of a marathon today. You are still live." Yes, we are. But as long as the interaction's there, then there's no issue staying live because there's something to talk about. It's where it kind of dies off, and then we're all sat here modelling in silence. That's the.
We'll say these piston on this visible engine, they come in halves, and when you glue them together, there's going to be some edge flash. So you'll want to use your this brand I found called Ultimate something modeling pro. You'll want to use these sanders from this great company. I don't know, somewhere in England, I think.
Quite possibly the worst sales pitch ever.
Hold that.
Can you repeat that? I've just taken notes.
They're really great.
Thanks.
Oh, damn.
You've built real engines. There's things about this that'll drive you crazy.
Just quickly, Alan, is that your German build you've started?
No.
Oh, so you're aware it doesn't start till tomorrow?
Yeah, I know. I'm starting the other one for that. I've got another one.
I'm joking. Oh, right, I see, yeah.
10 hours, 50 minutes.
See, that's the one I'm starting tomorrow.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Are you still on the instructions?
Yeah.
No, he's putting bits together now. The only annoying bit of that kit, why Tammy could mould it all in.
I know. It was the same on the Ferrari as well, to be honest. They put two similar things which are quite difficult to get to sand decently.
They are awkward to sand as well.
That's why I'm trying to glue them in from the top so I can sort of tease out some.
Yeah, get a bit of molten sprue.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're using these sanders here.
Yeah,
They make things really easy.
Ita Metu. Should go into marketing, Dan. Use these. They're great. Bye.
What about marketing prophylactics?
Oh.
Definitely not.
I don't think you're the spokesperson for them.
No.
Definitely not.
Lee Edmund says tonight's session has been very entertaining, informative. Whinge away. Brian says bit of a marathon today. You're still live. We've been for the past few weeks. We've stayed on quite a while after normal. We go off.
Yeah.
It's good.
Peter's saying he's nowhere near fluent, sadly. If it was legible, excuses. If you remember, I'm the philosopher. And we had a brief exchange on a live show quite a few months ago. Yeah, quite possibly, Billy. Quite possibly. But yeah, in answer to your question, Peter, you can still get it. However, you can only get it in Bangladeshi restaurants because it's a Bangladeshi dish. And due to political issues, if you went to a non-Bangladeshi restaurant and tried to order it, you might be asked to leave.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not friends. Not friends. Brian's saying he would join in with the German build, but he's not sure 2 months is long enough, given he hasn't not built a model for 4 or 5 years. Well, now's a good time to start then.
Yeah, you know the best way to do it. Jump in. Well,
Jump in.
So somebody else posted up there on ISM the other day that they'd just joined and I welcomed and they said, oh, they're not sure 2 months would be enough time for them to build a kit. I said, as long as you enjoy building something, it doesn't really matter, even if you don't finish it in the 2 months.
Yeah, just get a cheap Tamiya armor kit. They go together really easy.
It doesn't have to be highly detailed either, as long as you enjoy building whatever you're doing. That's the most important thing.
If you're enjoying it and you enjoying taking part in the group build and interacting with everyone else that's building along, then go for it. I must admit, I am itching to start the Puma. Definitely.
go on then.
No, because I want to review it first.
Ah.
Which I'll do later on, because I said I was going to review the Husky, which I will, and then I'll review the Puma before I start.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just an awesome looking thing, that Puma. That gun, wow.
It's meant, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely going to ruin your day.
It'll ruin your day in a heartbeat, I think.
Yeah. Almost futuristic looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very nice. And it's Meng, so it should be a very nice build.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Meng, rifles. Right, boys, I am going to jump out and go and do other stuff.
All right, Luke. See you later, bud.
Enjoy.
Take care, Luke. Good to see you.
More in a week, as I am still unclean and confined to that.
Never again.
See you later.
See you, mate.
Aye, take care, mate.
Bye, Luke.
Have a good one.
Bye, bye, bye.
Thought he was never going to leave. Jesus
God,
Christ.
telling you.
Goes on, doesn't he?
I thought I was going to break into tune then with Bye Bye Miss American Pie. But
Bye, 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 bye.
Ah.
At least I waited until Monday to start anyway.
don't you start, Chunk.
Hey, hey. Mine's sitting there waiting.
Technically, I think I had this one off Mr. Bretland.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you have happened to have opened the tyres and put the tyres on the wheels?
No.
This must be the one I had off Sam then.
No.
I thought, hey, where's the tyres gone? Oh, yeah, there's somebody stuck them on the rims. It looks like a little bit of pre-sanding has been done on the shell as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did Luke get to in the chat?
Brian Moran about joining the group build.
Hugh Gordon just talked about film starting. Yeah. Richard Stella, what is it about this hobby? When something fits together, leave it. Don't start moving it around. Correct?
Yeah.
Sean White, you guys are planning your German builds. I've only just made a start on my rally car build today. Damn work messing with my bench time.
Yeah. You got a month there, bud.
Ronald,
ice cream.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where's that? Because it's not here.
No, it's mine. It's outside my house.
Oh.
And you go to the affluent areas now.
Drug dealers are us. Ronald is. Oh, Alan and I have got this joke about the ice cream van that turns around his house every weekday afternoon. It's a drug dealer or something.
Oh.
Ronald is saying, I've opened my Tamiya ZZR 1400 kit and glued some parts together, and he's sanding it all. Very nice. And for painting, I have to look at his 1:1 scale. Oh, cool. Peter's saying 2 things I miss: Bangalore file and English sausage. Curry politicized? ? I'll never come back. You guys should give this place a visit if you get the chance. Not yet. Brian's saying he's away to rake through his stash to see if there's anything German sitting in there.
Excellent.
Good one, Brian. Matthew Birtle, see you soon, Luke. And Peter saying, glad Luke's gone to shower. I can close the windows now. And that's all caught up.
Miss my English sausage.
Okay.
You can't beat an English sausage. Or Scottish one, I suppose, for those up north.
It's just not the same here.
Good old Texas sausage.
I suspect that's not what Mrs. Rancher thinks at the moment.
She's not talking to Milkman anymore.
Don't you dare get that Texas sausage anywhere near me.
It's a sauce you got to worry about.
Oh dear.
Oh, look at Al there. Look at Al showing off his Stuka. Liking it, Al.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
Apparently there's a German build on.
Apparently, the rumour on the street is, shopping. Shopping's here. It's Alice. Who the is Alice? My God, Alice won't need any help lifting them bags. Jesus.
It's a good track.
She's not crap out of you.
Chubby Brown track.
Right, I need that one. Disappointing.
I suppose I better go and get a bacon butty, really.
Without a bacon. Still.
Aye. Andy's asking how was the husky, Luke? Luke's gone, mate.
I believe it was good though. I believe he enjoyed it.
He did, yeah. And there's some good pictures on the channel if you go and have on ISM. If you go and have a look. Very nice pickies. Oh, Jesus. Let me jump.
That parcel.
What parcel?
Next is my second.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's almost catchy then, did you say?
Don't mind. No, you're right. Sorry, Al.
I said, did Tracy almost catch you then?
No, she just made me jump. Didn't hear her come upstairs.
Ping.
Mhm.
Why?
Okay, so now I've got that song stuck in my head, Paul, whatever that was with Science.
What?
80s tune.
What?
Weird Science.
Which song?
Oh, I'm not going to sing it.
Weird
Go on,
Science.
where's it from? What's on about?
He does that. He does science in the song.
Oh, yeah, Weird Science.
Was it Weird Science?
Yeah, it's from the film Weird Science, isn't it?
There we
Yeah.
go.
Great film. Well, Kelly LeBrock,
Yeah.
maybe.
No, it was a good film.
Kelly LeBrock, especially. There you go. Richard's got it. She blinded me with science. Thomas Dolby.
There you go.
Well done, Richard.
Thomas Dolby.
Well, I get increasingly bored of sanding. I think it may well be time to vacate the modelling cave in a bit. Because all I did for last night for 2 hours was sand, and all I've done for 3.5 hours today is sand.
Is sand.
Like I say, I do find though, video building these cars, it makes me take a lot more time doing stuff. Stuff where I normally just whiz through and just, that'll do. I find myself doing a better job.
Slow yourself down a bit.
Yeah.
Good then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goal this year, if I can do it, is to video build everything I build. Whether I do it or not,
All order.
whether I can do it is a completely different matter at hand. We're one in so far. Actually, we need two in, aren't we?
Yeah.
No. What did I build last? What did I do before this? Oh, the Beamer.
Beamer.
Yeah, Beamer. So for 2 for 2, nearly. See, I really want to do the Beamer, the German build, but my brain's niggling, going, build the skyline. Build the skyline. But I really want to do the German SIG, GV.
Well, it's 6 months on the skyline now, isn't it? So it's
Yeah, it is.
Let's be honest, it's not going to take you 6 months to do that.
I hope not.
Go, Andy. A working rotating assembly.
There you go.
What's the one after the German build that you then want to be in as well?
Yeah, F1.
F1, yeah, I want to be in that as well. That'll get video built.
Can you do? Would you do two in parallel, like the Skyline and the German, or something like that?
I'd probably. This will be done in less than a week. So if I start the Beamer, that'd be done by the end of the month.
And what, end of February?
Yeah. Then we'll start the Skyline. Then I reckon that'll take me maybe 5 weeks to do. It would hopefully be 3 weeks to do the F1 car after.
So the F1's not going to be a quick build, is it? Because they're quite intricate.
No, going to go drag on a little bit. I'm still looking for a detailed look set for it, but I haven't looked properly yet.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to partake in the large scale.
No. You can be covered in all. I could be as well if I waited.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait till April to do the road car.
Yeah, but then I say, I just like concentrating on one kit at a time. I don't like jumping between two kits.
Yeah.
But like I say, with the 12 scale, it's sort of nice to put it down a little bit as well, isn't it? I suppose so. I
like to work through, to be honest. The Skyline doesn't look that difficult. It's not that mega par count. It's big.
No.
Which,
well, I'm thinking of doing
if you're building stuff in big or little, it's the same work. It's just more of it.
Yeah.
More paint. There won't be any more detailing really than you would be.
I don't know. You got more opportunity to put more on a 12 scale.
I've got more opportunity to put in it. I will put some in it. It's like building that MP46.
Yeah, that's going to be.
That's going to take me forever when we get back to that.
So I wanted that 240 ZG, the ZG, the Datsun.
Yeah.
It's got a full engine in there, the 6-cylinder, DRHC's on the side of it, and it's
blah blah blah.
Right, I've had enough of
sanding.
I've had enough of sanding, so I am gonna vacate. So we're gonna end our live stream now. We'll be back on Wednesday for a few hours again, and then back on Friday again. I'll have another build video up. Where are we today? Sunday. maybe by Wednesday, have another video up. Oh, look at that stud.
Whoa.
Flex. Give it a flex. Oh, look at that.
Oh, dear.
Oh, got the wife beater on.
Yeah. So we will see you all then. Take care, everyone. Be safe. Thanks for all these guys for joining me today. It's been a nice self-opinionated hangout today. And thanks everyone who's joined in the chat and taken part and chatted away to us. We've still got 82 people watching now, so that's fantastic. Thank you, everyone.
Cool.
And we'll see you on Wednesday. Take care, everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye.